just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything.
He destroys. My mouth speaks the praise of Yah, and let all flesh bless his set apart name forever and
And
ever.
never. All praise to
Hallelujah.
God.
All praise to the Most High.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Praise
Man,
Yah,
all
man.
praise to the Most
Praise the
High,
Most
Praise
High.
man.
y'all. Praise y'all.
Hey, y'all nasty, boy. Y'all nasty, man. Y'all know how to get somebody's spirit jump. Hallelujah.
All
Hallelujah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Selling they soul, liquor and dope. Letting go of the rope, young and the old, slippery slope. Proverbs 1 and 24 is the cause of our woes. We don't even know. So many in the city like a father. Ain't no winning till we turn back to the Father. No quitting, remain willing to go harder for the
You got good people out there. You still got to follow the commandments,
that the
though.
money come with problems and we got no way to solve them. If you got it, then you got them. Best believe that, bro. Open up the Bible, you will find yourself
And
inside it.
this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light, and in him is no darkness at
Taught in the
all.
scriptures, love life and put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to
I was
put the
thinking when actually since you said that I was looking at Psalm 66, and that's what is going on.
I'm just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah, yeah, yeah. Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the power. You could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father
That's
over
that's when that lust kick in, man. You always got to be dealing with that
SOE
fight,
like a
that daily
mistletoe,
flesh
that's the
fight
way it
every
go, but
day,
we don't do paganism.
every
every
day.
day.
Rules look strange to Americans. They ain't used to seeing Torah keeping people with no Satan in them. Some of us only keep the
I was
laws
able
in
to
our
connect
actions.
to
Other
one of our
communities got the
elders in
fingers on the
Africa
linens. We were once in the
of the
world
Limba
too, till
tribe.
we discovered the truth. In that days we be doing something different. We follow the Abba to the T with no permission. Wrestling for blessings like you called, we on a mission. Fully understanding we're the vehicle to bring the truth to others while maintaining that Yahuwah is the engine. I don't think you heard me. I said y'all must be the engine. The Messiah came in his name. He is on one accord with him. In this land of kid, I'm always second guess doctrine that's polytheistic and not keeping the Father central. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the
I don't think the Most
power.
High made a mistake. That's how I look at it.
I'm just
He
trying
knew
to
what was
put the
going on. He knew what he was
Father
going to do.
over
He knew how it was
everything.
going to play out. You know what I'm saying? He
Right on.
declared the
Everything. I'm
end
just
from the
trying to
beginning.
put the
So if it went like that,
Father over
That's
it meant to
all.
It's
go
supposed
that
to go
way.
like
everything.
that.
Less about the power. You could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Father over everything. Father over everything. Power, you could keep the rings. Father over everything, yeah, yeah,
But I know y'all Hebrews, and I know it's late. So Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, man. All
Nah,
Love you
love you
too,
too.
bro.
most high, y'all.
Yeah.
Love, brothers.
Hey, Shabbat.
Hallelujah. I'm just trying to put the
Hallelujah.
Abba over everything. I can dig it. I can dig it for sure. Psalms 128. Blessed are all who fear Yahuwah, who walk in his ways. You shall eat the labor of your hands. Be blessed, and let it be well with you. Let your wife be as a fruit-bearing vine within your house, your sons like olive plants all around your table. Look, so shall the man be blessed who fears Yahuwah. Yah shall bless you out of Zion and let you see the good of Jerusalem all the days of your life, and let you see your children's children. Peace be unto Yisrael. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High.
Ooh, Missing the brother. Missing the brother Yamir, Republican knock. He might be on some Trump adventures. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
We
he
got
are
some,
making memories, right? He are making memories.
yeah, making memories. Okay.
Yeah, remember he
He's out.
said
He's out
something.
there about posting that valid. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That valid.
I ain't know he was ducking smoke. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? I ain't know he was ducking smoke. You know.
Okay,
But hey, the scripture,
and
the scripture give you all the smoke you want. So that's what we're about to deal with today. All praises.
all praises.
Exodus 20 and 14. Let's get back to it. What is man's evil?
Exodus, what is man's evil? Exodus 20 and 14. You do not commit adultery.
You do not commit adultery. You know, that's a big one, right? Especially in the
Yeah, that's a
time.
good topic.
Go ahead, I.
That's a good topic.
Right.
Dealing with, you know, what is adultery? How do you commit it?
Yep.
You
That's it.
know,
And like I said, I had a situation, you feel me? A situational, what's the name? But I wanted Akin here because I really wanted his answer on this, you feel me? So we'll leave that questionable situation out today. You feel me? We'll
you ain't got to. I can want to ask it. Maybe I can answer.
okay.
Maybe J. Andre or Main can answer it. You know what I'm saying?
It was a
I was
simple
gonna put it out there.
okay, well
Yep, yep.
it was a simple topic, like you feel me? If I got a woman, right? And then
Uh-huh.
because again, this was going towards Ak because he say sex is marriage, right? So again,
Right.
if I got a woman and then I go deal with another woman, did I gain a wife or did I commit adultery? That's where the confusion lies right there, right? When you say sex is marriage, when does adultery kick in? Right?
Right. Right.
Did I commit
Yeah.
did I fornicate? Like what did I do? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try to get to the nitty-gritty of that. We ain't gonna go through, the answer process unless y'all want to give y'all answer, unless anybody see different.
What you think about that, DeAndre? Is how if sex is marriage, how do you get to adultery? How do we get to be an adult?
I think the lust of the spirit, man. It's the lust versus is she in it? Okay, you're hold on real quick. It's the difference between if you know if you're lusting if you're see she doesn't even let me talk.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
It's
It's
all
all
good.
good.
Yeah, we'll
well
let
that let me just say this. Let me just say this. It if you're sleeping with multiple women with no expectation of being with them long term, that can be considered adultery. But the thing about it is, I think it's when both people are lusting and they know that this is just a sex thing. I think that's when it starts borderlining adultery. And then when you're dealing with one woman and she's not dealing with anybody and you're not dealing anybody and you come under a understanding that you're not going to have sex if you are not going to be looking to be married, or you're staying down, you're staying this if we have sex with each other, or is this going to be long term and are we locking it in? And so that would be the difference between just one night stand, a boyfriend girlfriend, the intention and
I
the
don't know
talk.
because the Messiah said, you're not supposed to be able to put away your wife. You know what I'm saying?
let,
So
let's get
it
to it.
make it.
Let's
Yeah,
get
let's get to it.
let's get
Yeah.
Get to it.
All
okay.
right. Sirach 23 and 16.
So,
Two sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
mhm.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he has kindled a fire.
A fornicator. So what is fornication then?
Right.
Let's get the Google definition of that one time. My fornication. Because the Google definition of fornication is what I always thought, just what DeAndre was saying.
What about the strong? We go to Strong's?
Oh no, we're gonna get that next. We're gonna get that next. That's how
Okay.
one.
You want me to just get the Google definition?
Yeah, let's get that Google definition of fornication right now, real quick. That's what I thought. I'm fornicating if I'm sleeping with multiple women, but I ain't with nobody, or I'm just sleeping around, right?
Right. Let's see. Fornication, consensual sexual intercourse between a man and especially single women who are not married to each other.
You say especially single women who are not married to each other. Okay, so we got our Google definition of fornication, right?
Right.
Okay, let's get that same fornication according to the Bible. I see the AI gave it to you, but go and hit that 2181. According to the Bible, what is fornication?
Okay.
Zonah.
Zanah would be
Scroll down now. Let's say definition right
definition
there.
to commit fornication, be a harlot.
Okay, scroll down a little more for me. What else it got for us?
We got adulterous, become a harlot, commit adultery, commits flagrant harlotry.
That's all it got. Got another definition.
Let's see.
This is what I got in my Strong's. Let me see. I'm trying to see if you got it on screen.
What you looking for? What you looking for?
2181. Let me get to it. It says a primitive root, highly fed, therefore wanton. You got that?
You looking for the primitive root?
But so that's the only thing I got in the book. You feel me? Okay. There you go, right there. The Strong's exhaustive coordinates. That's what we dealing with right there.
Okay. Cause to commit fornication continually. Great. BN played the harlot.
Okay, read that A2.
The A2?
Or it say A, primitive root.
A primitive root, highly fed, and therefore wanton. To commit adultery, usually of the female, and less often of simple fornication.
Wow. What else it say?
Rarely of involuntary ravishment.
So rape, right? So that's all we want to say. Therefore, wanton, right? And wanton means sexually unrestrained, right? Sexually unrestrained. And then it's really talking about a woman when he's talking about sexually wanton, sexually unrestrained woman. It also says to commit adultery. You see that? To commit adultery. We talking about fornication, but it says to commit adultery. So it's saying, how are you committing adultery if you ain't even married? It also says usually of the female. Usually of the female. That's why.
Can I jump? Shaq, can I say something in regards to the usual to the female after you're done?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Speak.
So in this day and age, there's a talk going on. Really, it's not a talk. It's just what some men know and some women know and some women don't know and some men don't know is that the thing that men have access to marriage. That's what we have. We substantiate the relationship, the marriage, and then they have the access to sex, so they get to say yes, no, 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 no. And so when you said that, and they favored the woman on this, it put a light bulb in regards to what we're reading, because that's the real deal. It's the women. If you rape, you're taking that decision from a woman. So women have access to give the sex or to give the sex in marriage, and then the man is the person that gives the access to marriage and a relationship. And I thought that correlated. So
It says to commit adultery, and in parentheses next to that it says usually of the female, right? So again, this same word zonah is the same word for whore and harlot. If we was to go look up whore or harlot in the scriptures, it's gonna be the same word, the same 2181, fornication. And that's why it's again telling you to commit adultery, and usually speaking of a woman doing this, because if you was to talk about a man, you're gonna call him a whoremonger, right? This is
Right.
when we talk about a harlot or a whore, right?
Yeah,
It's the same word, fornication. It's the same word, fornication or fornicate, right? So again, if we saying to commit adultery, who are you committing adultery against if you don't even have a husband, right? That's what we need to get down to. Let us get that same fornication in the Greek, that 4205.
Okay.
We want that exhaustive coordinates again.
4205.
4202, you right. 4202. It's all the same. But you see the translation of the word is what? Porneu, right? Porn. Think about the word porn. Look where they get the word porn from. Fornication, right?
Okay. Cornelia. Pornography. Right.
Pornography, right? We want that exhaustive coordinates like you gave us last time. There we go. Is that it?
that was big. That was big. Porno came from fornication. That's big.
Yeah, that's where the word pornography comes from. Keep going down. We want that Strong's exhaustive coordinates.
Fornication, immoralities, sexual immorality, and chastity.
You see on the left side where it says Thayer's Greek lexicon. Keep going down to get the Strong's exhaustive coordinates of it. There we go. From the word where it say porneu, right? And we understand what the word porno comes from, right? Harlotry, including adultery, right? Again, if you're not married to somebody, how are you committing adultery? And incest, right? We're not dealing with the figurative form, idolatry, right? We're not dealing with that. We're dealing with, it says harlotry, including adultery and incest, right?
Right.
So again, when did this word change from just having sex? You ain't got no you just having sex with casual partners. When did this change? Because we keep on saying including adultery when we're talking about fornication, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go see what it means to commit adultery, because we know spiritually, if a woman get down, she committing adultery against the Most High with her body, right? But let's take it to a more physical standpoint. How are you committing adultery if you ain't even got a husband? But we talking about the woman right here, because it says especially of a woman. And again, this same word for fornication in the Greek is going to be the same for a harlot or a whore. Straight up. You go look up with it. That's why I kept on saying 4205, because it's still going to be that same word. Corneliu.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back to it. Let's hit that X. Yeah, let's hit that Exodus. Exodus 7, 23 through 25. So we can see, why does it say adultery? And you might not even be married. How is fornication adultery?
So we on Exodus 7, you said?
Yes.
Or Sirach 7.
Sirach, my bad. Sirach 7.
Okay, yeah. I heard a lot of brothers talking about this topic here.
Oh, that's good. We right on time then. Praise the Most High Yah. Let's get it.
23 to 25. All right, 23, 7 and 23. Have you children? Instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth.
Hmm?
Have you daughters?
Right.
Have a care of their body and show not yourself cheerful,
That's a
cordial.
simple question. Not have you daughters? Do you have daughters? Have a care for their body. Y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know
Watch
what
over
that
them. Watch over
yeah,
them.
have a care for their body and not show yourself tearful towards them. That means don't let her have no freedom like that. You feel me?
Right. Marry your daughter.
Mm.
And so shall you have performed a weighty matter, but
So,
give her to a man of understanding.
but do what
So
I
it's give
go
her
ahead.
to a man of understanding. So he said, marry your daughter.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like it's like uh our forefathers. How I give you my daughter in marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
You
we
do
about
this,
to
I give you my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Nowadays it ain't like that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
That's why I say, that's why
So
I said if you marry your daughter, you perform the weighty matter, right?
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? That's big. It's saying that's a
that's
big
a big
matter.
thing.
That's a big
Right,
matter. Because if you don't, come on, man, look at some of our daughters of Zion. Look at them.
right,
These are
right,
these are examples of their dad not marrying their daughter and performing a weightier matter, right?
right.
And then
Yeah, I
once you
can.
marry her, then
Yeah,
you bring her up accordingly, right? According to the what they call it, the Torah of Moshe. Once you bring up according, then you give her to a man of understanding, right?
right, right.
So
That's
now we
the
start.
first. Mhm.
Go ahead,
That's if you want to keep it going in a righteous manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, it's been lost. A lot of things in America and took us way off of what we supposed to been doing.
mm-hmm.
Way laws of the land have destroyed us.
Right.
And the bigger thing is that they get so caught up in the ring, and I'm like, you guys got so blitzed by the ring, you don't even know that you guys left the old ways when you used to get land, cattle, money, and you guys want the stinking ring that doesn't even it's not even biblical. There's no Jacob didn't give a ring, Abraham didn't give a ring, and so
That's because
it's like
that's because as us as fathers, we're not performing that weighty matter of marrying our daughters first. We
yeah,
let them, we
yeah,
letting them come out here and according to the scripture and what we about to read, commit adultery. Straight up.
yep,
You're supposed to
yep.
be married. You're supposed to marry your daughter first. So if she's not married to nobody and she gonna have sex with another being, she committed adultery against who? Realistically, you. We about to figure this out. We about to get some more on that.
Okay. Deuteronomy 22 and 13. When any man takes a wife and shall go into her and
Mm,
shall hate her.
you see that? He took a wife first, because I see y'all male just joined. He takes a wife and then goes into her, right? Okay.
Mhm. So that's a difference. He took her as a wife first and then went into her.
Right.
He didn't go into her and she became his wife. She became his wife first and then he went into her and shall hate her and shall make abusive charges against her and bring an evil name on her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I did not find her a maiden.
You see that?
So
They call it an abusive charge, right? Because
mhm,
our women wasn't supposed to move like that, right?
all right,
Once you moving like that, you moving like the nation's moving. So once you bring a charge like that to a daughter of Zion, right? Back in that time, it's an abusive charge, man. Like, come on, man, you talking reckless, right?
right, right. You see, I didn't find her a virgin, basically,
Right.
right? Then the father and the mother of the young woman shall take and bring out the proof of the girl's maidenhood to the
Mm.
elders of the city at the gate.
And the daddy say, I can prove it because I married her first. But how else can they prove it? How else can they prove? Let's keep reading.
And the girl's father shall say to the elders, I gave my daughter to this man as wife, and he hates
I gave, right? Because where we said it said, but give her to a man of understanding after you marry her, right?
her.
Or before,
Right.
yeah. After. Go ahead, out.
And see, he has made abusive charges against her, saying, I did not find your daughter a maid, or I did not find your daughter a virgin. And yet, these are the proofs of my daughter's maidenhood. And they shall spread the garment before the elders of the city.
And they
And
shall
the
spread.
elders,
Go ahead.
no, I was just reading out, and they shall
Oh,
spread the garments before the elders of the city. Go ahead.
so now we see in another way. He said, in the proofs, the first proof was, I know about my daughter because I married her first, and I've been giving the game from the beginning, right? Until it's time for me to give her a man of understanding, right? And the second proof says, and they shall spread the garment before the elders of the city, right? Come on, because most time when women's a virgin, right? And then they have sex for the first time, they hymen is separated, right? And they bleed a little, right? These days it's hard to tell because our women do so much athletic activities like gymnastics and stuff like that. So they hymen might separate doing activities like that. But during that time, our women weren't doing no gymnastics, so they hymen was still intact, right? So this is another proof. This is another proof to prove that she was still a virgin. He separated her hymen. Come on, man. And they shall spread the garments before the elders of the city. Come on, man.
That's deep right there. You think about it like that?
That's for real, huh?
And the elders of that city shall take that man and punish him. That's just like said, like you got with a woman and she didn't bleed when you got with her, you know something was up.
Right.
All right. And the elders of that city shall take that man and punish him, and fine him 100 pieces of silver, and give them to the father of the young woman, because he has brought an evil name on a maiden of Israel.
If you
And
bring an
she,
abusive charge like that, that means you bring an evil name about. Because some people might have heard that and they went back to their time like, hey, you know, so and so, she wasn't really a virgin when so and so married her. You feel me? You bring an evil name upon the daughter of Zion. Our women wasn't supposed to be like this, right? Let's just be real.
right, because he has brought an evil name on the maiden of Israel, and she is to be his wife. He is not allowed to put her away all his days. But if the matter is true, that the girl was not found a maiden, then they shall bring out the girl to the door of of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her to death with stones, because she has done wickedness in Israel, to whore in her father's house.
To
Thus,
fornicate, you remember that? That's the same 2181. To fornicate, commit adultery in her father's house. Why? Because she's married to her father at this time. Come on, man. So that's how you win. That's how fornication is adultery. Because first, you in your father's house and you fornicate or you became the whore. Even if you had sex with one man, you still committed adultery against your father, man. Straight up.
You see how they had to take Mary and give her to Joseph so Joseph can watch over her. Remember that? You know. Thus, you shall purge.
Seriously.
Say it again,
I said it's just sad how far we done fell, brother.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Look what you were supposed to do if your daughter committed adultery against you. You said bring her out and stone her. All the men shall stone her with stones. Come on, man. Come on.
Thus you shall purge the evil from your midst.
Okay.
That's how you do it, right?
Let's hit that Exodus 22:16, man.
Okay. Exodus 22, verse 16. Got one verse. And when a man entices a maiden, and when a man entices a virgin who is not engaged, right? Who is not engaged. So you got to become engaged before you get married, then, basically. That what they said?
Exactly. And once we read further on in this discussion, we're gonna see when you're engaged to somebody, that's basically your wife. Straight up. We're gonna read it later. Be patient. But it says, look at that. It says entices. When a man entices a maid, right? That means offer her an advantage. When you entice somebody, you're offering them an advantage. Oh, what them brothers be saying? Hey, drop that zero and get with a hero. You know what I'm saying? I can do this and that for you. You know what I'm talking about? Right? Go ahead.
And when a man entices a virgin who is not engaged and lies with her, he shall certainly pay the bride price for her to be his wife. See that? And lies with her.
Right.
And basically, and when a man entices, and when a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged to be married to another man, and he has sex with her, he shall certainly pay the bride price for her to be his wife.
Let's get that bride price then. What does that mean? Because in the King James it say he shall certainly endow her to be his wife. Right? Endow her to be his wife. So what does this certainly pay the bride price or endow mean? Let's get that too. Let's get that 41:17. That H41:17. What does endow or pay the bride price mean? Because it said that you lay with them. So now people say you can't have sex before marriage. This scripture says something different. It says you might have sex before marriage, right? But if you do, you should certainly endow her to be your wife, right? All the way to the exhaustive coordinates. Strong's exhaustive.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
A primitive root, perhaps. Rather, the same as mahar. Through the idea of readiness and assent.
What?
Readiness
and assent. That means you're ready to move on, right? What else to say?
To bargain for a wife. To wed.
An example, to wed. I.e. to wed.
Die.
Come on. So you slept with her, so now you need to bargain with her daddy, pay the bride price for you to marry her, to wed her, to take her for a what? A wife.
A wife.
Come on, man. That should clear every argument that was ever said about sex as marriage. Because it said if you lie with a maiden, you should surely endow her.
To be your wife, right? So it can't be
her, to marry her, right?
Instead of just keep sleeping with her, right?
Come on.
Because it says right here in 16, and when a man entices a maiden who is not engaged, she ain't engaged to nobody, and lies with her, that means he has sex with her, he shall certainly pay the bride price for her to be his wife.
That's simple right there.
Do you think can I jump in? Do you think the bride price is for the conception of a baby that may come, because you got to go to the father immediately because you had sex with her, she might get pregnant, and you got to handle your responsibilities, or no?
We ain't even talking about no baby, nothing like that. We ain't, because again, you might lie with her and nobody ever has to know. Think about how many people that you might have dealt with and nobody ever know that you slept with that person. You might have slept with that person and nobody has to know, right? But in a righteous manner, right? You should surely pay the bride price. Like, hey, man, because again, she slept with you, so guess what? If she in her father's house, right? Because if we keep reading, the daddy can say no. The daddy can say no. Straight up.
Yeah, because he might be like, no, you just lied with my daughter and you did it wrong. You did it the wrong way.
Okay, read that 17 then.
If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he pays according to the bride price of maidens.
Okay, that's why we ain't want to read that, because I ain't want to get into the bride price of maidens. You feel me? But we'll have to jump to the end of that, and we're gonna end up reading that anyway. But again, this is more like an obligation, because if we think about it, sex is a secretive thing, right?
Right. Ain't something that's just out there.
It's a righteous obligation, man.
It's all right. 23:17. All right. Strike 23 and 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die.
You see that? All bread is sweet to a homemonger, right? That means he'll sleep with anything. She could be the nastiest. You be like, nobody dealing with her, but a whoremonger, he'll deal with that. All bread is sweet to him.
He will not leave off till he die.
Don't
A
stop.
man that won't stop. A man that breaks wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who sees me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me. Nobody sees me. What need I to fear? He doing, when you having sex with somebody, you don't think nobody see you, right?
That's what we said. Sex is a secretive thing, right?
Right.
I'm compassed in
Okay.
darkness. The walls
Right.
cover me, right?
Right. Nobody sees. El Elyon will not remember my sins.
And that's when
That's
it
what
get
he
real
thinks.
wicked. That's when it get real with the
Yeah.
Most High won't remember my sins. Come on, man. We just read that this is a commandment, right?
Right. Such a man only fears the eyes of men. Right?
Man.
Such a man only fears the eyes of men because he ain't been caught by man. He ain't gonna let man know. You know what I'm saying? You want to be clean in man's eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And knows not the eyes of Yahuwah 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
You're considering the most secret part. What is the most secret part to a man? His heart. What the Most High tried? His heart. Come on. That's why Mashiach say when you look at that woman, you already committed adultery in your heart. But be patient, Yamil. He left us. Okay. Be patient, team. We'll get there.
You saw that. He saw that. He saw we pull up them straws. Yeah, I'm out of here. All right. He knew all things before ever they were created. So also, after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspects not to be, and not where he suspects not, he shall be taken.
Come on. They say he gonna be punished in the streets of the city. That's that shame right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where he suspects not to be, where he suspects not, he shall be taken. He caught what he least expected, right?
So is that saying if he does something to the woman unbeknownst to the father that the father can bestow punishment upon him?
Oh, now we done dealing with the fornication. Now we talking about a man that breaks wedlock at this point. We talking about a man
Okay,
that
okay,
at this point.
okay,
Doing
okay,
it,
good.
he's doing it in the secrets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now judgment is on him, right? It says,
Mhm.
that this man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspect not, he shall be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Thus shall it go also with the woman that leaves her man
Mm-hmm.
and brings in an heir by another.
You see how that got out? It said thus should be the same for a woman that leaves her man. Because we're gonna read later that a woman not supposed to, that's why I say you give her a certificate of divorce. A woman not supposed to leave her man. And then it said brings in the heir by another man. Come on, what's gonna happen?
For first, she has disobeyed the Torah of El Elyon. That's the first thing.
That's the Torah El Elyon. What is that? What is that?
First 5 books of Moses, right?
That's the
That's the
commandment that
law.
we just read. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Come on.
Right. And secondly, she has trespassed against her own man. And thirdly, she has played the whore in breaking wedlock and brought children by another man. So you see, women ain't supposed to have kids by multiple men like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all the women's gonna have some words to say to you after this one. Don't do it.
All right, they ain't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called sexual intercourse. That man's DNA is forever in your body once you lay down with him. And that's why they invented. That's why they invented condoms, so your DNA won't get in there. But you know, hey, them things break too. All right, she shall be brought out into the assembly, and inquisition shall be made of her children.
Mm.
Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out.
Everybody gonna be talking about her forever, man, and not in a shameful
Mhm.
way, right?
Right. But you see, nowadays they don't even talk about that. That's all right, girl. That it didn't work out. Go get you another baby daddy.
Hey, and that's what Big Man just said earlier, how far we have failed, right? Fell from the tree.
Oh, we have failed. Yeah. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the one, than the fear of Yahuwah. And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of Yahuwah.
And specifically, we talking about adultery today. But go ahead.
Um, it is great glory to follow Yahuwah, and to be received of him is long life.
All praises. And that's just the introduction. Now let's get into it. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's just the introduction, huh?
Introduction. Now we're getting into it. We have to understand what fornication was first before we start dealing with words like fornication. You feel me? All praises, though. I got some understanding on that fornication. When they hear me, it was like, wow. All praises for real.
Yeah,
Okay.
all praises, all praises.
And chapter 8, 1 through 5.
Me and Leviticus out. Leviticus 27 through 8.
Oh, that ain't what we. Oh, okay. Skip one then. Leviticus 27.
No, 7, 20, verses 7 through 8, and then we're going to jump down to 10. So Leviticus chapter 20.
Chapter 20.
Verses 7 and 8, and we're jumping to 10.
Okay. And you shall set yourselves apart, and shall be set apart, for I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, am set apart. My bad. I just read that wrong. Be set apart, for I, Yahuwah, your Elohim, and you shall guard my laws and do them. I am Yahuwah who sets you apart.
Who sets her apart out?
The Most High set us apart.
Right on.
Okay.
Verse
Jump
10.
to 10.
Yes, sir.
And the man who commits adultery with the wife of another man, who commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, the adulterer and the adulteress shall certainly be put to death.
So it never says they should stone him, right? It said he shall be put to death. And just like we spoke earlier when we was talking about somebody cursing their father or their mother, they shall be put to death. And we said that's a spiritual death. So let's go.
Right.
This is a spiritual death. Let's hit that H 4191. All right. Scroll down to that Strong's exhaustive coordinates.
I think it was at the top. Let's see. Okay. Crying, be dead, body. Man, one, put to, worthy of death, destroyer. A primitive root, to die, literally, or figure.
Let it say out. That's what we want right there. Read that again.
To die, literally, or figuratively.
Man, right here, we talking about the figurative part, the spiritual death right here. Figuratively to die, right? Because when you commit acts like this, when you curse your father and your mama, you die spiritually. When you a man and you commit adultery, nobody really sees you. Like you say, this is a secretive matter. You're dying internally, spiritually, man. This is what we talking about. Let's read that again. Not the coordinates. Not the corners. Let's read that verse again. That verse 10.
And a man who commits adultery with the wife of another man who commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, the adulterer and the adulteresses, shall certainly be put to death.
And look how pacific that was. Look how pacific that was. It say a man who commits adultery with the wife of another man. That's specific right there. With the wife of another man who commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor. Right?
Right.
These women are married.
Right.
These women are married. This is real Pacific right here. The adulterer and the adulteress shall figuratively be put to death. Come on, man. Because nobody really know they doing it. So how you gonna put somebody to death when you might not even know that they doing this act, right? Be eternally spiritually. Go ahead, Doc.
Right. One for the blood, boy. I tell you. One for the blood.
Praise God.
You know, our past life is horrible.
Right.
I know mine is. I know mine is.
Praise God.
Oh, praise. Just thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Past life, man.
All right, where we at with?
John 8.
Okay.
1 through 5.
Let's get it.
And Yahushua went to the Mount of Olives. And at dawn he came again into the set apart place. And all the people were coming to him. And having sat down, he was teaching them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought to him a woman caught in adultery. And having set her in the midst, they said to him, Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. And in the Torah, Moshe commanded us that such should be stoned. What then do you say?
What then do you say? Well, let's go read it where Moshe said one should be stoned when he was caught in adultery. Because what we just read before, it says to certainly be put to death. The wife of another man and the wife of his neighbor, right? And we seen that was figuratively. So what are you talking about right here? Let's get that Deuteronomy 22 out. See what they talking about.
Deuteronomy 22 through verse 24. When a man is found lying with a woman married to a husband, then both of them shall die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. Thus you shall purge the evil from Israel.
So it never said stone them at all, did it?
Mm-mm.
And then it said, and then think about it. What man gonna let you grab him up and take him to the street so he can get stoned because he was sleeping with a woman? He gonna flee, right? When one of y'all flee, if you got caught with sleeping with a woman, you think you just gonna let somebody grab you up and just be like, yeah, come on, and you just gonna go free to get stoned?
It's time for you to get stoned, Jack.
It's time for you to get stoned. Come on, right. Read that.
Wrestling and get up out of there.
Right.
All right. 23. When a girl who is a maiden or a girl who is a virgin is engaged to a husband, and a man finds her in the city and has sex with her and lies with her, right? Then you shall bring them both out to the gate of that city and shall stone them to death with stones. The girl, because she did not cry out in the city, and the man, because he has humbled his neighbor's wife.
Wait. It say he humbled his neighbor's wife, but it says she is a maiden that's engaged. That's why we said earlier, when you are engaged, y'all, she's still considered your wife, right? Because it's calling him her wife, his wife right now. First it said when a girl is a virgin and is engaged to a husband, right? Now it's saying because he humbled his neighbor's wife. Come on. Now it's letting you know when you engage to a woman, that is your wife. For sure.
Right. Thus you shall purge the evil from your midst.
So now we see the difference, right? Because it said when a girl who is a maiden is engaged and she lies with somebody, then you bring them out to the gates of the city and stone them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's again, the scripture real specific. We just gotta take it in that manner and not take it how we want to take it. It's letting you know.
Right. Okay. Back to John 8:6. And this they said, trying him, so that they might accuse him. But Yahushua, bending down, wrote on the ground with a finger, as though he did not hear.
And he did that accordingly, right? Because again, when it says you do that, it says, thus you shall purge the evil from your midst. Israel is already evil. So what evil are you really purging away when the whole nation already evil? Come on, man. So Mashiach had to bend down, start writing on the ground. He's like, all y'all already evil. All y'all done already be committing sins, right? So what I got to do with this, man? Purge the evil from your midst? Come on.
But as they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, he who is without sin among you, let him be the first to throw a stone at him. And bending down again, he wrote on the ground. And when they heard it, being reproved by their conscience, went out one by one, beginning from the older ones until the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the middle. And Yahushua straightened up, and seeing no one but the woman, said to her, Woman, where are those accusers of yours? Did no one condemn you? And she said, No one, Master. And Yahushua said to her, Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin some more.
And sin no more.
Sin no more, right?
And that's why, again, that's when you said earlier, unless we be covered in that blood. Praise Yah, right? Go and sin no more. Don't commit none of these acts anymore. You have been forgiven, man. All praises.
Right. Okay. Proverbs chapter 6. Okay. I added that on there, didn't I?
I see you out. Making sure everybody alert.
Yeah, man, you gotta stop cutting it short. Stop cutting it short. I'm gonna finish off the thought. What'd you say, Jermaine? I'd be trying to leave stuff out. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I left that one out. Right?
Yeah, you got to go on 6 to 10.
Oh,
I thought you was talking about when you changed the word, brother. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought he was talking about too. I thought I had us going to 11. My bad. All right. Okay.
That's all good. I did change the word too, though, just to see if y'all were paying attention. All right, Proverbs 6 and 20.
Let somebody else pick it up, right?
Okay. We want to pick it up. 20 to 25.
My son, watch over your father's command, and do not forsake the Torah of your mother. Bind them on your heart always. Tie them around your neck. When you are walking about, it leads you. When you lie down, it guards you. And when you have woken up, it talks to you. For the command is a lamp, and the Torah a light. The reproofs of discipline, a way of life, to guard you against an evil woman, from the flattering tongue of a strange woman. Do not desire her prettiness in your heart, neither let her captivate you with her eyelids.
And them eyelids is vicious, big man. You know that. Once they start twinkling them at you real quick, you feel me? When we think about it, the majority when we talk about as far as sex, the majority is males commit adultery, right? You know, I'm pretty sure women commit adultery, but I know males commit adultery at a higher rate. Put it like that, right? So that's why I'm saying guard this Torah, because it's gonna guard you from these women's out here. Because these women, especially in these times, they more attracted to you when you say that you got a wife. Straight up.
Facts.
They is. That's true. That's true. Because they want to be, man, they like to have that attention on them.
Right. And then
Uh,
especially with the music and what they see on TV, that's all the music talk about. I'll take your man, stuff like that.
right. Mm-hmm.
So it say, do not desire her prettiness in your heart, neither let her captivate you with her eyelids, man. Come on. What you got for us, Zach? What that say on the screen?
Reuben, Testament of Reuben, chapter 3, 13 and 17.
For evil
When
are
y'all,
my fault.
no, you good. I was just gonna say, keep going.
For evil are women, my children. And since they have no power or strength over men, they use wiles by outward attractions that they draw him to themselves.
Hey, any example of that? Wiles of outward attraction, right? That's that. Come on, man. What example you got for that?
Yeah, makeup, BBL, all that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. The BBLs, man, they don't even attract dudes, man. That don't even attract. It looks so nasty.
It really do, fam.
Diapers on or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but like Big Man say, when they do stuff like that, they more or less trying to, you know what I'm saying, be better than the next woman that they see, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more with, like you say, captivating with the eyelids, you feel me? The makeup, you know what I'm saying? And they might not have no extra big butt, but the clothes that they wear, you feel me? It's gonna be revealing, right?
Mm-hmm. Have a little skin showing, got their face painted up.
Mm-hmm. You don't know who they is. Big Man sent something in
the brother.
Yeah, Big Man sent something in the chat. It's an old woman. She put all that makeup on. She looked like a brand new young woman, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
Man, I think that stuff is witchcraft, brothers. I mean,
It gotta be. A form of it for sure.
Seriously. All right, well,
okay. 14.
Yeah. And whom they cannot bewitch,
There it is, Big Man. Wait. Pause that real quick. Hey, let's get that definition one time. Big Man said, I think that's witchcraft. Let's get bewitched. What that mean, Doc? What that mean? Get that definition one time. It's right there.
Cast a spell on.
Come on,
Captivate.
Captivate. Captivate.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And whom they cannot captivate, okay.
Let me start that over. And whom they cannot bewitch by outward attractions. Him they overcome by craft.
What kind of craft? Big Man say witchcraft.
Let's look at the craft too. Skill. Activity, right? An activity involving skill in making things by hand. Skill used in deceiving others. We go
That's
with
the
that.
one we're going right there. Skill used to deceive others, right? Craft. So again, that go back to a woman. Well, like you say, she couldn't get him by the outward appearance, so she put some type of craft. I don't know what kind of skill she got. You feel me?
Man, she done put some
detailed. I don't want to get too detailed.
Putting blood in that macaroni and cheese. Is that? I mean, not the macaroni, but the spaghetti. Blood in the spaghetti.
Voodoo spaghetti.
Nasty.
I know.
Hey, but that's what they say. That's what they say. They got they got these places like out here. It's called like Perky Cups, but it's like a coffee joint. But the women's walk around and like half naked. And then I was watching something on TV, and one of the women, there's a documentary about it. One of the women's talking about that, they put like they internal juices in some of these people coffee. And I'm like, yeah, man. Not blood, but I'm talking about what come from their private sectors, right? Into these people coffee, man. So any of y'all that be going to Perky Cups or whatever them places called when women walking around half naked to get some coffee, man, just know they doing some extra stuff to that thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That's crazy in itself. Yeah. Yeah. Grab me a little something.
15. For moreover, concerning the angel of the Most High told me and taught me that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men,
Wow.
and they plot against men.
And
by
they what? And they what? And they
heart.
Come on. So a woman might be acting this type of way and that type of way, but it say that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men. And in their heart. And then because men outwardly with theirs, you know what I'm talking about? Women already know what we chasing after, right? But in their heart, they plotting against you.
And by means of their adornment, they deceive first their minds. By the glance of the eye instill the poison. And then the act, they take them captive.
Then through the accomplished act, right? So what is the accomplished act, right? Because go back up real quick, guys. It say in their heart by means of their adornment, right? What they wear, right? Is so revealing. So it's like, you know, usually when a woman put a dress on, you gotta guess how it look under that dress, right? Like, man, I don't, you know, you still gotta use your figurative imagination to guess how that woman look under her dress. And once you start using your figurative imagination, how she look, you already went too far, right?
No doubt.
So now, by the means of their adornment, when you ain't even gotta imagine what it looked like, because she already showing you what it looked like through her clothes, or the less clothes that she have on, she deceived your mind already, right? And then by that glance, right? She like, yeah, I see you looking, and I know you like what you see. Then she look at you in your eye and feel that poison, like, yeah, you can have this if you want. You know what I'm talking about? You can have this when she glanced at you like that, because if she never glanced at you, you might have never went to go say nothing to her. You might have just kept looking and then kept walking. But once she glanced and look at you and be like, yeah, you can have this. Then through the accomplished act, what they say, then through the accomplished act, I can't see. Scroll it down. They take them captive. You've been taken captive by that once you ran into that woman, man. Straight up.
16. For a woman cannot force a man openly, but by harlot's bearing, she beguiles him.
By harlot's bearing, right? Come on, man. She ain't dressing righteously, right? And again, that's why when we talk about fornication, it said, and not necessarily talking about involuntary ravishment, right? Or involuntary rape, right? Because a woman can't force a man openly, right? A woman can't rape a man, period. I don't care what you say. A woman can't rape a man, straight up. So as soon as you try to make that excuse, baby, she raped me. How did you get it up? Ain't no man about to beat up and get his stuff up. Straight up.
17. Flee therefore fornication, my children, and command your wives and your daughters that they adorn not their heads and faces to deceive the mind, because every woman who useth the wild's bath been reserved for eternal punishment.
That's scary right there.
It is. It is. You think about, they promote these hairs, and then makeup.
Yeah, just absolutely everything about this they promote, man. Seriously.
So
you said that they adorn not their heads and faces to deceive the mind.
So it can't say that. So we're not saying that, oh yeah, you can't make your hair look good and, you know, cleanse your skin and put on, when women put on no cream mask and all that, make sure your face look good. We're not saying that. It says once you
Right.
do it to deceive the mind, once you do it to deceive
Right.
the mind of a man, that's when it get wicked, right?
But that's the
Right.
video we done seen as far as like you said, them old women that turn around and do this and look young and look completely different than they actually factually look.
Right.
Right.
You're deceiving the mind of the man, for sure.
It's actually messed up. That stuff is even like turning to men now, man. You got men getting their hair braided and add hair and just all type of weird stuff, man. Just
Right.
It's weird.
seriously.
Just wicked out here. Oh no, we on Proverbs.
Yeah, let's get back to that Proverbs 26.
6 and 26, right?
Yeah.
You want to keep going, Jermaine?
Yeah, so. For because of a whore, one is brought to a crust of bread, and hunts of
Yeah, the crust of it out, not even the full. Think about it. When I was a kid, I used to take the crust off the bread out. Like, come on, that's what nobody wants. Nobody wants the crust of the bread. And that's when because of a whore, once you turn to that whore and she deceived your mind, man, you brought to a crust of bread, man. Something that nobody wants, man.
27. Would a man take a fire to his bosom?
Oh, wait. I read that 26 again. We're gonna jump to that jump to that Proverbs.
Yeah.
Read that 26 one more time, huh?
For because of a whore, one is brought to a crust of bread, and an adulteress hunts a precious life.
See that out? It said a precious life in adulterous hunts. When they say adulteress, we talking about a woman here, right? A man will be an adulterer. Adulteress is a woman, right? They say she hunts a precious life. That means like what we was talking about earlier, like a man that she'll never be like, oh yeah, I took your man. That's the one she's looking for, a precious life, man.
Okay.
Yeah, 27.
Proverbs. Yeah, 23 and 27 and 28.
All right. For a whore is a deep pit, and a strange woman is a narrow well. She lies in wait as for a prey, and increase the treacherous amongst men.
Come on, and that's for sure. She increases the treacherous among men, right? Betrayal. That's what that's meaning. She increases the betrayal among men. That's what a strange woman does. That's what a whore does, right? The more she out there, the more men start betraying their household, betraying their women, and committing this adultery.
Okay. Back to Proverbs 6, 27 to 29.
Would a man take a fire to his bosom, and his garments not be burned? Would a man walk on hot coals, and his feet not be scorched? So goes into his neighbor's wife. None who touches her goes unpunished.
See that out? That's because you went straight against the command of the Most High Yah. So you already know if you sin against the Most High, you're gonna get punished, right? Especially if he deal with you. Especially if he deal with you, right?
Okay. Hebrews 13 and 4.
Hold that, yeah.
Okay. Your daughter gonna let you read a little bit, John Dre?
It's just one verse.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What number is it? Number 4?
Yeah.
Let marriage be respected by all, and the bed undefiled. By Elohim shall judge those who whore and adulterers.
Right.
Let me get one more. Let me get one more since she's being quiet.
No, you good. You good. You good.
Okay.
Okay. But because it said none who touches her goes unpunished, right? So this goes for the whore, the fornicator, and the adulterer, the man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When it say let the bed be undefiled, right? And let all respect the bed, right? It said all respect the bed. You know what I'm saying? Not just those in the truth, because everybody knows. Even when you ain't in the truth, you know you ain't supposed to commit adultery. Straight up.
Right, right. No, you ain't supposed to just be going out there.
You might have been sleeping around with many women and knew you wasn't supposed to do that, but you know for sure, you know, another man's wife is off limits. But the
Right.
Most High say, I'm gonna punish you for that. And you know, we ain't gonna use, cause we already used David when we dealt with murder. So we ain't gonna deal with that. But y'all already seen how he was punished for sure. So if you need an example about the Most High punishing a man for his adultery, go read about David. All right, let's get back to it.
All right. You ready? Proverbs 6:32-35.
It's on you, Gian. You want to finish?
He who commits adultery with a woman lacks heart. He who does it destroys his own life. Uh, he finds smiting, smiting and shame, and his reproach is not wiped away. For jealousy enrages a man, and he does not spare in the day of vengeance. He does not regard any ransom, nor accept your bribe, however great.
That's for sure. Sleep with another man, wife, and see how quick he gonna be to forgive you. Come on, man. He might say I forgive you, but as soon as you pull up, he might knock your head off.
He might kill you.
Yeah. Jealousy enrages a man. That's what we just read, right? For jealousy enrages a man.
Okay. So right 9, 8, and 9. Keep going on.
Turn away your eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For here herewith love is kindled as a fire.
And they should have, instead of love, it should have been lust right there, right?
Right.
Because you be like, man,
Yes.
so much, but you really lusting for what she giving you, right?
And then how I start off, like, turn away your eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty.
Who is
That
another's
right
beauty?
there. Somebody else's
woman, right?
Yeah, somebody else's woman. So that right there is big, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? Turn away your eye from a beautiful woman. That right there, that helps a lot with a lot of lustful problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That you turn your eye away, lead you down a good road. But once you look at them, it can lead you down a real bad road.
Yeah, you know that's true because I remember I was with one of my friends and we was at and he's a artist and his homeboy and his girl, the homeboy's girl was just looking at me and I'm like, bro, I'm not. Why is she looking at me like that? And then she was just, I seen her being flirty with other dudes in the club and I was like, yo, bro, is that what she be on? And then he just looked at me and said, shrugged his shoulders and we were riding in the car and she was saying something and she was like, look at me, why aren't you looking at me, why don't you? And I'm like, man, I'm just looking away and I'm like, man, this girl's being weird, homie. And then yeah, so that verse really spoke to me because I've been in that situation. Like, man, the homie's cool, I stay with it, we go up to Seattle, his brother always lets us stay, we see it, that he did nothing to me for me to even look upon his girl like that, but she was insisting while we were driving, like, why are you not looking at me? And I just would just look around. And I'm like, yo, you're JFK's girl, man. And, it is what it is.
Hit that 9, hit that 9, verse 9.
Sit not, sit not at all with another man's woman, nor sit down with her in your arms, and spend not your money with her at spend not your money with her at the wine, lest your heart incline upon her, and so through your desires you fall into destruction.
That's nasty.
Right. That's nasty. And they go right along with what you were just saying. Okay.
And this say sit not at all. You know what I'm saying? Not at all with another man's woman, right? And it says, go ahead.
Really, you should be dipping. You just should be dipping, man. You should just dip out of there. You don't need to be. You don't need if brothers. And then the thing about it is if we really think about it, and I've came across this several times, and I'm like, bro, somebody told me your girl's not, and it went all bad for me. Oh, da da da, you're tripping. I'm like, bruh, I didn't tell. They're telling me to tell you because they respect you, or however I figured out. And yeah, it's better just to get out of there and not even be around dude, and yeah, you just don't want to be around a relationship or a woman like that. You want to get out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
It also say spend not your money with her at the wine, right? You like, yeah, you know, she fine. You know, I'm talking about, you know, I'll buy a couple of drinks. You feel me?
Sirach 19:2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away.
What kind of men are?
Men of understanding.
Men of
right?
understanding, right?
Not just one a sinner. It ain't say a sinner.
Right.
He said men of understanding to fall away.
What you gotta say
on
that?
That clean.
Hey, what the big man gotta say?
That's real.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just look at Solomon, right? Solomon had a lot of understanding. He fell away because of women.
Hey, I can say wine and women. That's why it's already telling you and spend not your money at her with the wine. Because wine and women make men of understanding fall away. Right? Come on. The scriptures say, with all wisdom, get understanding, right?
No doubt.
So you got understanding, but as soon as you start sipping that wine and you kicking around that woman, it'll make you fall away, man. Straight up. You can be like, oh yeah, I'm married. But you just start sipping that wine and you prop around a beautiful woman, like I'm married. Until 12 o'clock, I can married right now. You know, so I'll be married again at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, it make you man of understanding fall away, man.
And he that cleaves to a harlot, will become imprudent.
Come on, he gonna become hard-headed, right?
I don't care what nobody say. Right? I don't care what nobody say. Right. It's mine. It's my woman. I don't care if she used to be a harlot. She ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
And then you know the first thing they gonna say, come on, man, she bad. Look at her. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Judah.
But it seems like when you think about it, it seems like all our women are harlots these days. It's like all they care about is like, he better have the bag. As soon as a woman say he better have the bag, that's harlotry to me. You feel me?
Harlotry. All right. Judah chapter 3, 1 through 20. I got it. And now I command you, my children, hearken to Yahudah your father, and keep my sayings to perform all the ordinances of the Most High Yah, and to obey the commands of Elohim. And walk not after your lusts, nor in the imaginations of your thoughts and haughtiness of the heart.
Come on, look at that. Not after your lust, nor imagination of your thoughts, right? Because that thing that's what remember we talked about iniquity, right? That's the imagination of your thought. So once that iniquity crept in, then you actually fulfill that. That's when the sin came, when you fulfilled it. So also not the imagination of your thoughts and the hardiness of your heart. Your heart is prideful. You're going to be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Once you walk in the hardiness of your heart, right?
Right. And glory not in the deeds and strength of your youth.
So think about that. Glory not in the deeds and the strength of your youth. When you was young, that's all you want to do is hit something all the time, right? I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, with my woman, I'm like, yeah, if I was still young, hey, man, it would have been round 2, 3, and 4. You feel me? Right? That's the strength of your youth. You see what I'm talking
Right.
about? Brother, brother, get it in, then go, it ain't like that no more when you get a little older. Y'all know, elders in here.
Yeah. I be on that beat. Oh, I be on
It
that
don't
beat.
come. Well, I need it like 3, 4, about 5 days out of the week. You get it
Right.
twice out of the week. You like, I'm good, babe.
Yeah, I'm good.
For this, yeah. For this also is evil in the eyes of Yahuwah. Since I also glory that in wars no comely woman's face ever enticed me.
Come on,
And
Yahuda, we know how
reprove.
strong Yahuda was. And we know he was knocking
Mhm.
heads off, right? But he was like,
Right,
hey, no woman enticed me when I was knocking their head off. And they was like, oh, Yahuda, you so strong. He said, that didn't entice me. You feel me?
right. And reprove Reuben my brother concerning Bilhah, the wife of my father. The spirits of jealousy and of fornication arrayed themselves against me until I lay with Bathsheba, the Canaanite, and Tamar, who was espoused to my son. For I said to my father-in-law, I will take counsel with my father, and so will I take thy daughter.
Right.
And he was unwilling, but he showed me a boundless store of gold in his daughter's behalf.
His
For
daughters
he,
behalf. He said,
Mhm.
look at all this gold that we got. What you need to go consult with your daddy about this Canaanite woman, right?
Right,
Look at all this gold.
be- behalf. For for B was a king, for he was a king,
Right.
and he adorned her with gold and pearls, and caused her to pour out wine for us at the feast with the beauty of women,
The what up?
and with the beauty of women.
Well, wine and women make a man of understanding go astray. You feel me? He
Hmm.
caused her, the same one that he was supposed to marry, he caused her to pour out wine at the feast. Think about it. At the feast, this is before you laying her, right? Again, right?
Right,
So they
right.
happened to basically to wed a feast, and there was a whole bunch of beautiful women there. How could he say no? Go ahead,
And the wine turned aside my eyes, and pleasure blinded my heart. And I became enamored, and I lay with her, and transgressed the command. Man, let's see. And I became enamored and I lay with her, and transgressed the command of the Most High Yah and the commandment of my fathers. And I took her to wife.
because the
And the
commandments of
master,
the father was don't deal with no other nation, right?
right,
We
right,
already see this was instilled even in the time of Jacob and them, right? Come on.
right. And the Most High rewarded me according to the imagination of my heart,
Mm.
inasmuch as I had no joy in her children.
Come on, look at that. He said her children, he ain't even claiming them. Come on.
Hmm. And now, my children, I say unto you, be not drunk with wine, for wine turns the mind away from the truth and inspires the passion of lust and leadeth the eyes into error.
Right,
You looking down that aisle. For the
right.
spirit of fornication has wine as a minister to give pleasure to the mind. For these two also take away the mind of man. For if a man drink wine to drunkenness, it disturbs the mind with filthy thoughts, leading to fornication, and heated the body to carnal union.
Mm.
And if the occasion of the lust be present, he worketh the sin and
Do
is
what?
not ashamed.
He worketh the sin. If the occasion is there, he works the sin. Sometimes you can just have
Mhm.
that iniquity in your mind, but the occasion isn't there for you to act on
Right.
it, right? But the occasion of lust present, right? The woman present, he worketh the sin and is not ashamed. I mean, he slept with that woman, he ain't ashamed about it while he in his drunkenness, right?
Ashamed about it. Such is the imbreviated man, my children. For he who is drunken, reverence no man.
Okay, we went too far.
For
Let's stop it right there.
we did? Okay. I thought you said 20.
Nah, you remember you went to go get it in the phone. It's okay. That was nice right there though.
Okay.
Hit that Matthew 5. Right? We really about to get him in now, Keandre. So we talking about that iniquity, right? In that mind.
Yeah.
In that heart. We about to get him in dealing with that right now. All praise.
Okay. Matthew 5. Let's see where we at. 27, 28.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to go now, Jermaine? Or you want to go, DeAndre?
Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, that's Marvin. Seen the
I'll
lion.
go. What is this? All three, 27, 28, 29?
Hey, let Marv hit it. He just slid. Let Marv hit it.
Okay. Okay.
Where we at?
You good, Marv? Matthew
Where we?
20, Matthew 5, 27 and 28.
All right. You heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone looking at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart.
That's nasty right there, right? So every time y'all be at the Walmart, y'all spin the corner, the aisle one more time to look at her again. Y'all say you lusted for this woman already. You committed adultery in your heart. All right?
Yeah. That's what it looked like.
I go
That's what it looked like.
Juliet spinning the block at the Walmart one more time trying to see that BBL. That's what it's called.
Man, you do that, Jermaine? That's what Jermaine be doing now? Why you go sit there and say Jermaine doing that, huh?
I was
That's
talking
crazy.
about you. Hey, big man just played the fifth. I said I plead.
You said Joe, yeah. I'm like, talking about Jermaine. Must be talking about Jermaine. All right. All right.
Hey,
Vision 1 through 18.
all right.
Step of the 100.
All right. Turn my phone. Okay. He who had brought me up sold me to one road in Rome. Many years after this, I recognized her. And I began to love her as a sister. Sometime after I saw her bathed in the river Tiber, I gave her my hand and drew her out of the river. The sight of her beauty made me think with myself, I would be a happy man if I could only get a wife as attractive, as good as she is.
You see that? Hey, man. Hey, say loud for me one time. Say loud for me one time, please. The one time. All praise. For sure.
All praise.
All praises. I appreciate that. Praise God. But you see that right there? It say, I would be happy if I can only get a wife as attractive and good as she is. Right? So that's why Mashiach said, but I say to everyone looking at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery in his heart. You say, if only y'all can get a woman as fine as her. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got to be necessarily you lusting and you just be like, oh shit, I hit that. No. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple, you might have a woman or not have a woman. But then you say, oh, if only I can get a wife as attractive and good looking as she is. Come on, man. You still lusting after her, for sure, in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Ready,
Marv?
Yeah, here I go. 1 second.
Hey, pick it up for him, Mark.
Okay. I would be a happy man if I could only get a wife as attractive and good as she is. This was the only thought that passed through me.
That's that iniquity out regardless. It can be the only, but it's still what it is, right?
Right. This and nothing more.
He's letting
You
you
see
know.
that?
He's letting you know it wasn't no like, oh, I want to knock her, right?
Wasn't none of that. A short time after this, as I was walking on my road to the villages and magnifying the creatures of Elohim and thinking how magnificent and beautiful and powerful they are, I fell asleep, and the Spirit carried me away and took me through a pathless place through which a man could not travel, for it was situated in the midst of the rocks. It was rugged and incompassable on account of water. Having passed over this river, I came to a plain. I then bent down on my knees and began to pray to the Most High and to confess my sin. And as I prayed, the heavens were opened, and I see the woman whom I had desired saluting me from the sky and saying, "Greetings, Hermes." And looking up at her, I said, "Lady, what are you doing?" I said, "Lady, what are you doing here?" And she answered me, I have I have been taken up here to accuse you of your sins before the Most High.
Hey, hold on. I
Oh,
know this. I know this ain't got nothing to deal with the topic that we dealing with. But as soon as you read it like that, I thought thinking about how you be talking to them Gentiles. That's all I thought about when you read it like that. Go ahead though. That's all I thought about. What are you doing here? I was like, that's how you be speaking to the Gentiles. Right?
That's my code switch out.
That's your code switch all day. All right.
Okay. Lady, I said, are you to be the subject of my accusation?
Hmm.
No, she said, but hear the words which I am going to speak to you.
You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that.
Elohim who dwells in the midst of the heavens and made out of nothing the things that exist and multiplied and increased them on account of his holy assembly, is angry with you for having sinned against me.
Hey, can I get some backup, big man?
I
Can
answer her, lady.
Yeah,
just read
yeah.
the
Come on,
regular?
Doc.
Can you just read the
Come
regular?
on, come on, Doc. You know you like that.
No, I don't. Just read regular. Just
You
read the
like
scripture regular. Feel me? He he
I,
aspired to be an actor, you feel me? After he seen how they be doing the Diddy lane, he's like, I ain't gonna be no actor no more. Come on, read it regular.
that.
Let's get it.
I answer her, lady. Have I sinned against you? How? Or when did I speak an unseemly word to you?
Hmm.
Did I not always think of you as a lady?
Right? Because he
Did
said,
I
I
not?
always thought you my sister, right?
Right.
He said, this is the only thought that came to my head. But we already seen what Mashiach said. Go ahead,
Did I not always respect you as a sister? Why do you falsely accuse me of this wickedness and impurity?
Hmm.
With a smile, she replied to me, the desire of wickedness arose within your heart.
Stiff neck. Stiff neck, big man. You see it.
Is it not your opinion that a righteous man commits sin when an evil desire arises in his heart?
That's what Mashiach
Yeah.
just told y'all. When a righteous
Mhm.
man commits sin, when evil desire arises in his heart, he said
Right,
in his heart, I will be happy. Right? We know
right.
happy and blessed correlate to one another when we're dealing with script. So he said, I will be a blessed man if I can only get a wife as attractive and good looking as she is, man. Come on.
hmm
The evil
There's
desire in
sin.
your heart.
Right, right. There is sin in such a case. and the sin is great. My bad. There is sin in such a case, and the sin is great, she said.
Oh man.
For the thought,
Yeah,
for the
nobody's
thought,
feeling that. Just read it right.
Hey, come on, man. For the
No.
thoughts of a righteous man should be righteous. For by thinking unrighteously, his character is established in the heavens.
We might say like
And
man, have a
he has
conversation.
the most high mercy. Okay. And he has the most high merciful to him in every business. But those who entertain wicked thoughts in their minds are bringing on themselves death and
Ooh,
captivity
look at that.
and
Wait,
especially.
wait. Look at that. Those who entertain wicked thoughts in their minds, right? You ain't even got to
Mhm.
be acting out these wicked thoughts, right? That's why Mashiach told you, if you lust for her in your heart, are you looking at her like that? You already committed adultery. Because those, again, who entertain wicked thoughts in their minds are bringing themselves to death. Come on. That's what the Most High trying. Your heart, your mind, they are one, for sure.
Bringing on themselves death and captivity. And especially in this case, especially is this the case with those who set their affections on this world
Mhm.
and glory in their riches and do not look forward to the blessings of the life to come. For their regrets will be many, for they have no hope, but have despaired of themselves and their life. But pray to Elohim, and he will heal your sins and the
Right.
sins of your whole house
Mm.
and, and of all the holy ones.
That's broad
After
right
she,
there, too. That's broad right there.
mm,
You
yeah,
pray to the Most High. That's why, like a brother like DeAndre said, pray for me, right? Because it say, pray
hmm
to the Most High, He'll heal your sins, the sins of your house, and all the holy ones, right? And all the set apart ones, man. Come on, prayer is powerful, like the people say.
hmm but pray to Elohim, and he will heal your sins and the sins of your whole house and of all the holy ones. After she had spoken these words, the heavens were shut. I was overwhelmed with sorrow and fear, and said to myself, if this sin is a sign to me, how can I be saved? Or
Mm.
how will I appropriate Elohim in regards to my sin, which are of the grossest character?
Look at that. This hermit saying my sins are of the grossest character, right?
hmm With what words will I ask the Most High to be merciful to me? While I was thinking over these things and discussing them in my mind, I saw opposite to me a chair, white, made of white wool, of great size, and there came up an old woman, arrayed in a splendid robe, and with a scroll in her hand. And she sat down alone and saluted me. Greetings, Hermas. And in sadness and tears, I said to her, Lady, greetings. And she said to me, why are you downcast, Hermas? For you were accustomed to be patient and temperate and always smiling. Why are you so gloomy and not cheerful?
Mm.
I answered her and said, O lady, I have been reproached by a very good woman who said that I sinned against her.
Right?
And she said, far be such a deed from a servant of Elohim.
That's what Mashiach telling you right here. He said, hey, a servant of the Most High, man, this deed should be far from
hmm But perhaps a desire after her has arisen within your heart, such a wish in case of the cert. Wait a minute, let me that over. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Perhaps a desire after her has risen within your heart, Such a wish, in the case of the servant of Elohim, produces sin.
Look at that, Doc.
For-
Look at that right there.
Mhm.
Again, this is prime case of what Mashiach was saying. A desire has arisen within your heart, right?
Mhm.
You might never touch that woman, but the desire of that woman arose in your heart, right? And such a wish in the case of a servant of the Most High, you a servant of the Most High, that's sin to you, man. That's sin to you. When a desire arises in your heart like that over another woman, that is sin to a servant of the Most High.
Mhm. For it is a wicked and horrible wish in all. For it is a wicked and horrible wish, and in all chest and already well tried spirit to desire an evil deed.
Wow. That's nasty too, right there. It says wicked and horrible, right? Because you chasing spirit now, right? Your spirit is
Right.
changed. I said, right? What the Hezekiah, you made my desires pure, right?
Right.
You already tried. You well tried. You say you've been walking this walk for a minute. You well tried. And this a desire of evil deed arose in your heart. Man, you a servant of the Most High, well tried. This desire shouldn't arise in your heart. That's what we're saying here.
Especially for Hermas
We
to
didn't
do
want to read
so.
it, but you can read it though. Go ahead.
You sure?
Remember we were supposed to stop. Remember we switched it. We switched it out.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna read it to 19. And especially for Hermas to do so, who keeps himself from all wicked desire, and is full of all simplicity and of great guilelessness.
So replace your name. So everybody in the assembly would say, and especially Hermes to do so. Replace your name with Hermes, and especially for DeAndre, and especially for Sean, and especially for Marl, and especially for Maine, and especially for Reuben, and especially for Tyrell, right? To do so. You keep himself from all wicked desires and is full of all simplicity and of great guilelessness, right? Guilelessness. Come on. All praises, man.
Okay.
Get back to
You ready, Miles?
Yeah, I'm ready. Should have.
Okay.
All right, where we're reading to?
29 and 31, Matthew 5, 29 and 31.
And if your right eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and throw it away from you. For it is better for you that one of your members perish than for your entire body to be thrown into Gehenna. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away from you. For it is better for you that one of your members perish than for your entire body to be thrown into Gehenna.
right. And we dealt with this before, right? That right eye meaning something pleasing to you, right? But makes you stumble in the truth, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Keep going or what?
Yeah, 31.
And it has been said, whoever puts away his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce.
That's nasty right there.
Mm-hmm.
It say whoever puts away his wife, right? Let him give her a certificate of divorce. So if you put away from your wife, you got to do what?
Give her a certificate of divorce.
Come on, we just read that. You got to give her a certificate of divorce.
Where you gonna get that at? Where you gonna get that at? You gonna write it out?
We about to find out right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
32 of that, brothers.
Say it again, I
said, can we read that 32 of that Matthew 5?
Oh no, we coming back to that. We coming back.
Yeah, that's the type of scripture down. Man.
You know I ain't gonna leave that out for you. Regardless of what I say, I ain't leaving that out for you. We gonna read it.
What up,
you
dude?
just know you gotta watch you, why? You know you gotta watch.
Hey, I'm glad Big Man watching too. All praise. Big Man say, hold on, look at that verse right there. We gonna get it, we gonna get it. Let's deal with this certificate of divorce. Because it said you put her away. you got to give her paperwork saying that you put her away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Deuteronomy 24:1. Keep going out.
When a man takes away a wife, when a man takes a wife and shall marry her, then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because he has found a matter of uncoveredness in her,
nakedness in her, basically finding out that she wasn't a maiden.
In her, he shall write her a certificate of divorce and put it in her hand and send her out of his house.
Okay, so now we're seeing where this comes from. Because it said when a man takes a wife, right? That's it mean he's engaged to her. And shall marry her. That's why I say takes a wife. That means he's engaged to her and shall marry her, right? Then it shall be, if she finds no favor in his eyes, because, right? This is the matter. This is really the only matter. Because he has found a matter of uncoveredness, or he found out that she wasn't a virgin. And shall write her a certificate of divorce and put it in her hand and send her out his house. So the question is, and I wish Yamil was here. If you just lay with a woman and had sex with her and say, this is my wife, how does anybody know that this is your wife? Right? Without no paperwork, you're just gonna go, hey, safe. You're gonna post it around town, say, hey, I slept with this woman, this is my wife. How do we know? Because you have to give her a certificate of divorce if you're putting her away. So how do we ever know this is your wife? So dude.
True. I should have been the adversary today. I should have play Yamir.
Hey, you said I should have fought for him.
I should have fought for this.
Should have fought for him. Y'all, man, I'll go to the school y'all and get beat up for you. That's what you should have said. Scriptures will beat you up. Scripture will beat you up all day. Let's get it.
All right, Tobit, chapter 7, 1-14.
And when they
going out,
and when they were come to Ecbatan, they came to the house of Reuel, and Sarah met them. And after they had saluted one another, she brought them into the house. Then said Reuel to Edna, his woman, How like is this young man? How like is this young man to Tavayah, my cousin?
Tobiyahu, my cousin. How is this young man like to Tobiyahu, my cousin? He just asking, right?
And Reuel asked them, From whence are you, brethren? To whom they said, We are sons of Naphtali, which are captives in Nineveh. Then he said to them, Do you know Tobiah, our kinsman? And they said, We know him. Then said he, Is he a good help? And they said, He is both alive and in good health. And Tobiah said, He is my father. Then Reuel leaped up and kissed him and wept and blessed him and said unto him, You are the son of an honest and good man. But when he heard that Tobiah was blind, he was sorrowful and wept. And likewise, Edna, his woman, and Sarah, his daughter, wept. Moreover, they entered them cheerfully. And after they had killed a ram of the flock, they set store of a meat on the table. Then said Tobiah to Raphael, brother Azariah, Speak of those things of which you did talk to the way, and let the business be dispatched.
Okay.
So he communicated the matter with Reuel, and Reuel said to Tobiah, Eat and drink and make merry.
So the matter that he communicated was that he wanted to take his daughter in marriage. That was the matter that they was talking about. Go ahead,
For it is meet that you should marry my daughter. Nevertheless, I will declare unto you the truth.
What's the truth? Go ahead.
I have given my daughter in marriage to 7 men who died that night they came in unto her.
You see that up? It said, I given my daughter in marriage to 7 men. That means they had a feast before in marriage. And then the night that they came into her, they died, right?
Nevertheless, for the present, be merry. But Taviyahu said, I will eat nothing here till we agree and swear one to another.
See that out? But Toviyahu said, I will eat nothing. They at the ceremony right now. They are basically the ceremony right now. Until we agree here. Until that's the endow word that we looked up earlier. Until we agree, because I'm bargaining to marry Sarah. Right? What we read when it said endow, to bargain. An example, to wed, to take a wife. Till we agree. Till we bargain and agree that I will take her to wed.
Raoul said, then take her from henceforth according to the manner, for you are her cousin, and she is yours, and the merciful Elohim give you good success in all things. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand and gave her to be woman to Toviyahu, saying, behold, take her after the Torah of Moshe, and lead her away to your father. And he blessed them. And called Edna, his woman, and took paper and did write.
Wait. What they took out?
They took paper.
Okay, and then what else they do with that paper?
And then write an instrument of covenants and sealed it.
Wow. And did write an instrument of covenants.
Mm-hmm.
And did write an instrument of covenants. That's a marriage seal. That's a marriage seal. When you write an instrument of covenant, that's basically writing a seal of marriage, that we are married. Me and this woman, we are married together. That's the instrument of covenants, and sealed it. That's why when you divorce a woman, you have to give her a certificate of divorce. What is a certificate out of a paper? A paper of divorce. Because, Rod, you already wrote an instrument of covenants, right? Come on, man. Come on. It's not hard. It's not.
Then they began to eat.
Right there. That's all we wanted. We want to see that you write a certificate of divorce because in the original you already had a certificate saying that you was married. This instrument of covenant, you making this covenant before the Most High. Y'all saying that y'all are one now. Come on, man.
Okay. Matthew chapter 19. One through 8. You ready, Jermaine, or you want to keep going, Mara?
I keep reading.
Okay, 1 through 8.
And it came to be when Yahuwah had ended these words, then he left. Well, Yeshua, when it came to be when Yeshua had ended these words, then he left Galilee and came to the borders of Yehuda beyond the Jordan, behind the Jordan. And large crowds followed him, and he healed them there. And the Pharisees came to him, trying him and saying to him, is it right for a man to put away his wife for every reason?
Question that they asking though, look at the question they asking. Trying him, saying, is it right for a man to put away his wife for every reason? For every reason. Just because I'm tired of her. Just because I don't want to deal with her. Just because she get on my nerves. Right? For every reason. Go ahead,
And he answering said to them, do you not read that he who made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, for this cause a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh.
Right.
So that they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what Elohim has joined together, let man not separate.
Join them together,
Elohim.
So when you make that instrument of covenant, you make a covenant before who?
The Most High.
Sure.
They said to him, why then did Moshe command to give a certificate of divorce and to put her away? He said to them, because of the hardness of your hearts, Moshe allowed you to put away your wives, but from beginning it was not so.
But wait. Who allowed them to put away their life?
Moshe.
Oh, okay. But from the beginning, what the Most High declared, it was not so. It was not so. Come on, man. Let's jump back to that 32. Big man want to hit that. He said, don't let us not read that one. Come on.
Okay. Matthew 5 and 32. You hear, man?
Yeah, sure.
You want to hit it?
But I say to you that whoever puts away his wife, except for the matter of whoring, makes her commit adultery. And who has been put away commits adultery.
Look at that. But look at that. I say to you, whoever puts away his wife, except for the matter of whoring, makes her. Look how specific that is. Makes her commit adultery. Right? You putting away this woman, you making her commit adultery. And whoever marries a woman who has been put away commits adultery. So now the Mashiach getting real Pacific. Since y'all want to deal with, Pacifics, well, I get Pacific with you, right?
Hey, and go back to that. Oh, this is the one we just read. Okay, you still here, Matthew? Okay.
Yeah, we jumped back to that 32. We told we was gonna read it. He letting you know.
What was just read over that last one, Rude, before we came back here.
He's on
That
19.
was
Matthew 19.
Let me go back there.
Yeah, please.
19. Was that 1 through 8?
Yeah, we read 1 through 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might want to see.
Saying.
What part?
Go down to 9.
9.
Okay, it's saying the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, it say the same thing. We just want to jump back and get that same one because it got real, it get real Pacific in that 19. It say the same thing, but in that 8 to let you know, you making her commit adultery when you put her away.
Yeah. Except for whoring.
Except for whoring. Except for we see whoring means what? Fornication, what we dealt with in the introduction. DeAndre.
That's true, doctor. You see a lot of people just getting divorced for no reason. I didn't get along with her. Oh man, we can't be together. We ain't compatible. Now we getting a divorce.
Now you making her commit adultery.
Yeah.
A lot of women actually that's filing for divorce from their husbands also.
Hey,
that's what
it goes both ways.
That's wickedness though. When a woman not supposed to put away her man. I hope we deal with that. We should. So
yeah, we was just saying how far we done failed, man. From this word, man. Just everything about where we at is typically against this, man. For real.
So
everything.
And that's why the Most High making it so prevalent to us. Look how we read. You feel he making it so clear to us, like, yeah, y'all know better. As servants of me, right? As servants of the Most High, he making it very clear to us how we should be walking, man. All praise.
All praise. Yeah, this
All
definitely
praise.
Okay. Commandment 4, Shepherd of Hermes.
Y'all need some help? I'll pick it up right here.
I get it.
Okay.
I charge you, he said, to guard your chastity, and let no thought enter your heart of another man's wife, or of fornication, or of similar iniquities. For by doing this, you commit a great sin.
A great sin, it say, as a servant of the Most High, when these things come into your mind, this is great sin to you. If you wasn't a servant of the Most High and these things came into your mind, okay, it's iniquity. But when it comes to your mind as a servant of the Most High, this is great sin to you, man. Straight up.
2. But if you always remember your own wife, you will never sin. For if his thoughts enter your heart, then you will sin. And in and if in like matter you think only wicked thoughts, you commit sin. For this thought is a great sin in the servant of Elohim. But if anyone commits this wicked deed, he works death for himself. Attend therefore.
And while I get that, it said, but if anyone commits this wicked deed, he works death for himself. That's that spiritual death that we was talking about earlier.
And refrain from this thought. For where purity dwells, there iniquity ought not to enter the heart of a righteous man. I said to him, Master, permit me to ask you a few questions. Ask on, he said. And I said to him, Master, if anyone has a wife who trusts in the Most High, if he detects her in adultery, does this man sin if he continues to live with her?
That's the question. Now, let's understand the question that he asking, right? He thinks his woman is committing adultery, right? He detects her in adultery. Does the man sin if he continues to live with her? That's the question. Is this man sinning if he thinks his wife committing adultery and he stays living with her?
7. And he said to me, as long as he remains ignorant of her sin, the husband commits no transgression in living with her. But if the husband knows that his wife has gone astray, and if the woman does not convert, but persist in her fornication, and yet the husband continues to live with her, he is also guilty of her crime and a share in her adultery.
You see that? It said, but persist in her fornication. Remember we dealt with that fornication? It said especially of the woman, right?
Right.
It didn't say and persist in her adultery. It said her fornication, meaning whoredom, right? Or her harlotry, or fornicating, right? Committing adultery.
It kind of remind me of them swingers, people that swingers, you know, they outright just blatantly do it because, you know, they get bored of their significant other, so they allow their other to go mess with other men, and the other one allow their husband to go mess with other women, you know, and it's like, this is open, like they call it an open relationship. Crazy.
It is what they call it, an open relationship. And like you say, if you know she in an open relationship, you are sharing in her adultery and her fornication.
That's crazy.
It is.
And he said the husband should put her away and remain by himself. But if he puts his wife...
Get back to 8.
And I said to him, what then, Pastor, is the husband to do if his wife continue in her vicious practices? And he said, the husband should put her away and remain by himself. But if he puts his wife away and marries another, he also commits adultery.
Wow. Come on. Because it's saying right here, it's like you wasn't even able to keep the first one in line, right? So why you gonna go marry another one? You feel me? You committing adultery, right? You should be able to go correct that first one, put her in line and stay with her. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you get with another, you committing adultery against that first one, and that next one you marry, she probably gonna do the same thing.
10. And I said to him, what if the woman put away should convert and wish to return to her husband? Will she not be taken back by her husband? And he said to me, assuredly, if the husband does not take her back, he sins and brings a great sin on himself. For he ought to take back the sinner who has converted, but not frequently, for there is but one conversion to the servants of Elohim.
There's but one conversion, but not frequently there is one conversion to the servant of the Most High. Let's go deal with that one time, Mike. That's what we want to deal with. One conversion to the servant of the Most High.
Okay. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 4 through 6. You keep going out.
For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted the heavenly gift and have become partakers of the set apart spirit and have tasted the good word of Elohim and the powers of the age to come and fall away to renew them again to repentance, having impaled for themselves the Son of Elohim again and put him to open shame.
Because there's only one conversion to the servant of the Most High. Mashiach already died on that stake for you, man. And then once you know the truth and you tasted that good word, it's impossible. It's impossible for you to come back and be like, hey, you know, straight up.
Okay. Okay.
But not
Back
free.
to the shepherd. Back to the shepherd of Hermes.
12.
12. Yeah, 12 through 20.
Case, therefore, that the divorced wife may convert, the husband ought to not marry another while his wife has been put away. In this matter, man and woman are to be treated exactly in the same way.
Look at that. Look at that. Because we are now ain't nothing new under the sun. It's always been a double standard in this world, right? A man always have a double standard when it comes to a woman. But it's telling you right here, a man and a woman in this matter need to be treated in the same way. Straight up. No double standards here.
13. Moreover, adultery is committed not only by those who pollute their flesh, but by those who imitate the heathen in their actions.
Right.
Anyone persist in such deeds and do not convert from him and cease to live with him. Otherwise, you are a sharer in his sin. The injunction has been laid on you that you should remain by yourself, both man and woman, for in such persons conversions can take place.
Right.
But I do not, he said, give opportunity for the doing of these deeds, but that he who has sinned may sin no more.
Didn't we read that earlier when Mashiach told that woman?
For sure. For sure. But with regard to his previous transgressions, there is one who is able to provide a cure for it indeed, who has power over all. I asked him again, and he said, since the Most High has granted to always dwell with me, hear me while I utter a few words. For I understand nothing, and my heart has been hardened by my previous mode of life.
Come here. Hold on. And that's all of us. That's all of us, right? I asked him again and said, since Master has granted me to always dwell with me, hear me while I utter a few words, for I understand nothing. We don't understand nothing, right? And my heart has been hardened by my previous mode of life. How I used to get down, my heart is hardened. Make me understand. All praises, man. That's what we got to ask of the Most High. We can't just go into it and start reading and think we understand all things. We got to ask for understanding. Because how we used to get down, our heart is hardened. How we used to get down, man. Straight up.
And them thoughts creep right back in your mind.
Right. And it creep back in your mind, make you think, oh yeah, you good, you doing right. You ain't doing according to the ways of the Most High, so you're not doing right.
There was 17.
Yes, sir. 17.
Give me understanding, for I am exceedingly dull, and I understand absolutely nothing. And he answered and said to me, I am set over conversion, and I give understanding to all who convert.
Look at that, out. If you don't convert, that's why we see these people. Y'all speak about the Christians all the time in the Christian church, right? He said, I am set over conversion. I give understanding to all who convert. If you don't convert to the truth, you won't get understanding. Period, man.
Okay, 18. Do you not think he said that it is great wisdom to convert?
Right.
For conversion is great wisdom. For he who has sinned understands that he acted wickedly in the sight of the Most High.
Nasty. No, let him read the 8. Before you switch over, let him read that one more time. Starting at that 18. That's nasty. He said, "Great to convert is great wisdom." Come on, that's nasty.
I ain't even got the other one in here, but let me get. I get it though.
Okay, you want to get it now?
Yeah, I'm getting it now. Y'all go ahead and keep talking about that. What is that?
Nah, 18 again. That 18 nasty.
Do you not think that it is great wisdom to convert? Conversion is great wisdom.
Right.
He who has sinned understands that he acted wickedly in the sight of
the Most High.
Of the Most High.
Sight of the Most
Understand. That's great wisdom. When you understand that you acted wickedly in the sight of the Most High, that's great wisdom. That's conversion. That's nasty. That's nasty. So you understand. You understand that you acted wickedly in the sight of the Most High. That was what made you convert.
So,
I took it upside down, I guess.
That's some quick picks.
Edit. Let me edit this and just change it.
But say I got that iPhone status over here. Okay.
And forget it. Let me see. Let me just take it over.
No, wrong side. Wrong side. Wrong side. There you go. I don't know what that is. Take that off the screen, though.
Oh yeah.
The other picture. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong side. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
All right. All the way to 20.
Kind of close.
Huh?
Oh no, my bad. My screen was. Thought it was kind of close.
first the action he has done, and he converts, and no longer acts wickedly, but does good liberally, and humbles and torments his because he has sinned.
Wait. Time out. And remembers the actions he has done. Right? Remembers the actions he has done. And converts and no longer acts wickedly, but does good liberally and humbles and torments his soul because he has sinned. Man, all praise. Hey, Day of Atonement. Come on. And torments his soul because he has sinned. That's what the Day of Atonement is all about. Right there.
Right.
Come on. Praise y'all. We hitting this on the Day of Atonement. We'll take that. Praise y'all. That's nasty right there. And torments his soul because he has sinned. That don't say fast. That don't say go fast. You know, we'll deal with it though when y'all ready. We already dealt with it before. Go ahead, Doc. We had to deal with that. That's nasty. All praises.
See, therefore, that conversion great wisdom.
I gotta plug up. There we go. Okay, where you at?
Just read to 19. We stopping at 19, right?
Stopping at
No, we're going to 20, 20, stopping at 20.
we're stopping at 21. When you see 21, stop.
And I said, hold on, go back down.
Okay.
And I said to him, is it for this reason, master, that I inquire carefully into all things, especially because I am a sinner,
Right.
that I know what works I should do, that I may live? For my sins are many and various.
Look at that. The Most High say you come back from these sins. Herman's right here saying, for my sins are many and various. Right? I told y'all earlier because covered in that blood. Praise y'all. Come on, man.
All right, 20. And he said to me, you will live if you keep my commandments and walk in them. And whosoever will hear and keep these commandments will I give to Elohim.
Will live to the Most High.
Elohim, yeah, my fault.
But that's simple.
Okay.
Keep the commandments and walk in them. Right? Keep the commandments
Keeping
and
the
walk in them.
commandments. 1 Corinthians.
We all have sinned, man. Come on.
Okay.
All right, let's go run through these last ones. All praises, though. Y'all know y'all be having me fired up. Y'all know that. They be like Shaq screaming at us. I'm like, man, y'all be having me fired up. That's it. You know.
1 Corinthians 7. Okay.
Oh, praises. That's the show.
1 through 19.
All right.
Want me to take it?
You say what up? I couldn't hear you. What you say?
I'm saying y'all wanted me to take this too, or you got it?
Oh, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I get this.
Oh, okay.
I get it. I get it.
Okay.
And concerning the matters you wrote to me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Read it again, because you read it wrong. It's a question.
Okay. And concerning the matters you wrote to me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. That's how I read it before.
Oh, I thought you said if it's good. I thought you said if. It sounded like if. My bad.
But because of whoring, let each one have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband.
That's real Pacific right there too, right? Own wife, own husband, right?
Let the husband render to his wife what is her due, and likewise also the wife to her husband.
And then these days they got it mixed up, big man. They like, hey, you better make sure you dropping that bag. And then the woman be like, yeah, I'm just putting it on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's all about. You feel me? Let's see what we really talking about right here. You know what I'm saying?
The wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. And likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does.
Go on,
Do not be proud.
Now every time you be seeing on them TV shows, that's what they be promoting on TV shows. The woman always be like, they always had a woman turned over and the husband walk in ready to get some, and she got her eyes closed. But then when he be like, all right, and he just lay in the bed, she opened her eyes and like she was, like she was playing sleep, right? That's the start of that's the start of a bad relationship with a husband about to start. I ain't gonna say necessarily, because if you're in the truth, we know how we get down, right? But that's how in this world, that's how the husband start, you know what I'm saying, going out dealing with other women or looking for attention from another woman, right? Because that's what they promote in the shows, though. I was just watching the show the other day. The woman did that. The husband been ready to deal with his woman. He walk in, the woman got her eyes closed like he sleep. But as soon as he lay down, she opened her eyes. And then it's like a dramatic scene. Like, she don't want to deal with him. You feel me?
Do not deprive one another except with agreement for a time, to give yourselves to fasting and prayer
That's the only
and come
reason,
to,
then, right?
right,
Only reason.
and come together again so that Satan does not try you because of your lack of self-control.
He even talking to people in the truth, saying because of your lack of self-control, right? Because of your lack of self-control, I know you're gonna go lay with another woman, a woman lay with another man, right? So he letting you know, don't deprive one another, so your lack of self-control won't kick in.
Right. And I say this as a concession, not as a command.
Because we never read this. So Paul letting you know, hey, this is what I'm saying to help y'all in y'all relationship. There's no commandment that says this, but I'm saying this
This
to
is
help y'all in y'all
right.
relationship.
This the wisdom we get from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For I wish that all men were even as I myself. For each one has his own gift from Elohim, one in this way and another in that.
Right.
And I say to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them if they remain even as I am.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do not have self-control, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Come on. It's better to marry to burn. What kind of burn we talking about, huh?
Burning in lust.
Burning in lust or burning in the lake?
The lake.
I'm going with the
But
lake.
if they do not have self-control, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn, right?
Right.
You think about burning in lust too. You can look at it both ways, but when I look at this, I think of burning in lust because it is better to marry than to burn in the lake of fire. Because if you do them things, you know what I'm saying? Because like he said, as to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them that they remain even as I am. But if they do not have self-control, if you can't control yourself, well, what? Lust. Let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with lust and
Burn.
burn in fire. You know what I'm saying? You can take it both ways.
We'll take it both ways.
And to the married, I command, not I, but the master. A wife should not separate from her husband.
Then I said we was gonna read that later. A
Mm-hmm.
wife. You see how Pacific that is? Let's stay Pacific. A wife should not separate from a husband. A wife should not separate from a husband. Think about the times that we are in, and think about all these women that say I'm filing for divorce. When we read earlier, it say let you give her a certificate of divorce. Let you give her a certificate of divorce. But what these women's doing in these times? They filing for their own certificate of divorce of a man. But it say a wife should not separate from a husband, man. Like Big Man said, how far we have failed.
But the thing is they getting with men because of their status in the world, not because they want to marry them. But then, as they get together, it don't work out. It's not gonna work out if you're going for somebody just because they got a little money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or they got some kind of status. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this world is teaching women to do. If he ain't 6'2" with $500,000, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no good.
Man.
But then they get with them and then they end up getting a divorce. And then the baby they had with that person, they want the next man to take care of. It's just crazy nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't have a baby by another man. We read that earlier too, though.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what Jermaine said. We fell away from far from it.
I'm talking about far. I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even close out. You feel me?
Nowhere near close out. Even the little righteous things that we do, we still far from the righteousness that you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's why I said there's filthy rags, right? The righteousness that's filthy rags, ain't no good.
Table full of, I mean,
Table full of vomit, right? And to the married I command, not I, but the master. A wife should not separate from her husband.
Always
But if
remember.
she, Mhm. But if she is indeed separated, let her remain unmarried or be restored to favor with her husband. And let the husband not send away a wife.
Didn't we just read that in that Shepherd of Hermes?
hmm
Okay.
And to the rest I say, not the master. If any brother has an unbelieving wife and she thinks well to live with him, let him not send her away.
And that, hey, hold
And
on. Hey, say pause on that. Say loud on that. Say loud on that. Let's talk about that for one time, right? One time. The Paul say, I say it is not the master, right? He say, I can't say this. This is just my opinion. If any brother has an unbelieving wife and she thinks well to live with him, let him not sin, because that will make you want to send a woman away, right? You walking in the
right,
but she walking in wickedness.
right.
Come on. But that's when the Pharisees start talking about, is it good to send her away for every reason? Mashiach only said, for what reason not?
Adultery,
boring.
fornication.
Come on. Come on.
And a woman who has an unbelieving husband and he thinks well to live with her, let her not send him away. For the unbelieving husband has been set apart in the wife, and the unbelieving wife has been set apart in the husband.
Hmm.
If you think about that, like I said, you become one, right?
Right.
You become one.
Right on. All praises. Right on.
Otherwise, your children will be unclean, right?
But they not, huh?
Right. But now they are set apart.
Mm.
And if the unbelieving one separates, let him separate himself. A brother or a sister has not been enslaved in such matters, but Elohim has called us to peace. Right? A brother and sister has not been enslaved in such matters. You ain't got to do you know, you got free will.
Right. And look at the ways of the world. Right?
hmm
We
they gonna teach you to do these things, to
right,
separate.
right. But we not enslaved in them matters, right?
Right.
Whatever they teaching how we should be moving, we like, nah, it's a complete opposite. We ain't enslaved in them matters at all.
Mhm. But Elohim has called us to peace. For how do you know, O wife, whether you shall save your husband? You don't know.
Right.
Or how do you know, O husband, whether you shall save your wife?
Right,
You
because
don't know that
like I said earlier, y'all became one, right?
hmm Only as Elohim has distribute
Right.
to each one as the master has called each one. So let him walk.
Mm-hmm.
And so I order in all the assemblies. 'Cause you know, you think about it, man, like when you become one, um, that's just like saying her sin is your sin is her sin. You know what I'm saying? You become one. If she's doing something, that that's on you too. If you doing something, that's on her too, because y'all one flesh.
Right. And for the most part, you should know what's going down too, right?
Right.
Like you know what's going down, you letting it fly. Sure, that's your sin too.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. You ain't put no ring on it. You know how they used to talk?
Right.
All
And
right.
hey, that's for real though. That's for real
I
though.
know.
Straight
I
up.
know. worry about what I do. But you think about like, if sex is marriage, then you got even more problems.
More
All
problems.
right, wrong.
More problems. You got a whole bunch of wives. What you talking about? No,
Yeah. Okay, Romans 2. Anybody? Romans 2, 17 to 22.
We finished that up?
Mm-hmm. We was only going to
19.
oh, we sure didn't. We was going to 19. I think I stopped at 17. First Corinthians.
See that big man, you gotta watch him. We talking about me, you gotta watch him. Right?
7. Yeah, okay. 18. Was anyone called while circumcised?
No.
Let him not become uncircumcised. Was anyone called while uncircumcised?
Mhm.
Let him not be uncircumcised.
Mm-hmm.
The circumcision is not, and the uncircumcision is not.
Right.
But the guarding of the commands of Elohim does matter.
Does what
Right?
up?
Does matter. Like when they say Black Lives Matter, no. Guarding the commands of Elohim, that does matter, right?
Right. We need a shirt like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That does
for
matter.
real.
Right. And in this case, what command are we talking about? Adultery. Come on.
Adultery. What's that number? 7? 8, 9, 10. 6?
Yeah,
7.
watch
7.
it.
That's number 7.
You got 3 more to go.
Okay. Let each one remain in the same calling in which he was called.
Wait. That's it. We wanted to stop at 19, remember?
I know. I just read that other one because it goes with it. You know what I'm saying? Because he said, because it said,
no more
hey,
ad, okay? You know what I'm
the
saying?
circumcision is not, and the uncircumcision is not. He was talking about that. You got to finish the thought. Can't
The
be
thought
leaving
is
people
finished.
short.
The guarding of commandments does matter. That's the thought. And in this aspect, we talking about the commandments of the Most High, right? And we talking about adultery right now. That matters. That matters. Let's finish.
Hey,
It was a smooth
Romans 2. Romans 2 and 17 to 22. See, you are called a Yehudi and rest on the Torah and make
Right.
your boast in Elohim. And know the desire of Elohim and approve what is superior, being instructed out of the Torah.
You see that out? Knowing the desire of the Most High Yah, right? To keep his commandments, being in complete obedience, right? We know his desire, right?
Mm-hmm. And are trusting that you yourself are a guide to the blind, a light to those who are in darkness, an instructor of foolish ones, a teacher of babes, having the form of knowledge and of the truth in the Torah. So basically, is that what he's saying? A light to those who are in darkness, an instructor of foolish ones. So you saying the ones that say sex is marriage is foolish? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not caught. No, we're not calling no.
Okay. I just wanted to make for sure, all right?
No,
I just wanted to make for sure, all right?
That's not what we're doing, not at all.
Okay. Okay. I was just wanted to make for sure, all right? Having the form of knowledge and of the truth in the Torah. You then who teach another, do you not teach yourself?
That's a question, though.
That's a big question, right?
Because we Israel, right?
Mm-hmm. You then who teach another, do you not teach yourself? You who proclaim.
I can sound like you got a lot to say on that. You feel me?
Yeah. You who teach another, do you not teach yourself? You who proclaim that a man should not steal, do you steal? You who say, do not commit adultery, do you commit adultery?
Come on, you who say do not commit adultery, do you commit adultery? Straight up.
So you saying the brother that say sex is marriage, and he telling the brother to keep the commands. Is that what you saying?
It sound like
Where you
that's
at, y'all Mel?
it
Where
sound
you
like
at, y'all Mel? That
hey,
sound like a shot.
what Big Man
That
at? I
sound,
need Big Man on this back up because it sounds like he's saying that. I never said it, but it sounds like he's saying that, right, Big Man? Straight up.
no, you saying that.
Hey, the
It
scripture
sound
said that.
like that's the
I'll read the
script saying.
scripture,
You who say, do not commit adultery.
right?
Do you commit adultery?
That's a question, huh?
But if you say sex is marriage and you tell people to keep the commandments, is he talking to you?
It's the scripture talking to you. Don't say that.
I mean, you put it in here.
Praise
So
God.
evidently you was,
Nah,
had arrows pointing with just
evidently we were dealing with adultery. That's how we dealing with. You who say you do
okay.
not commit adultery, do you commit adultery? That's the question, not that's the question we asking, right?
That's a big question. You who say do not commit adultery, do you commit adultery?
I think you was boasting on that. See, you are called the Uhidi and rest on the Torah and make your boast in Elohim. That's what you dealing with, right? Because that was as soon as we read that, that's what you started dealing. So I'm like, don't put it
What?
on me. Say, yeah, go up back up to 17.
17?
Yeah, right?
See, you who are called the Yehudi and rest on the Torah and make your boast in Elohim and know the desire of Elohim
And know that
and
means have knowledge. To know means to
Mhm.
have knowledge of the desires of the Most High, right? Okay.
Right. And approve what is superior, being
Approve of what
instructed.
is and approve what is superior. What is superior? The Torah, right?
The Torah, being instructed out of the Torah,
Right.
and not trusting that you yourself are a guide to the blind,
Are we talking about the physical blind?
spiritual,
Spiritual blind. Straight up.
a light to those who are in darkness.
Come on.
I'm teaching people.
Right.
I'm teaching people.
Right.
An instructor of foolish ones,
The
making
what?
sure they get it right.
Right.
An instructor of foolish ones, nah, it say right here, the fourth commandment is this, but you doing this. A teacher of babes,
That means still sipping milk, right?
still sipping milk, they still sipping milk, but you trying to give them a little meat with their milk,
Mm-hmm.
having the form of knowledge and of truth in the Torah. You got a form of knowledge
Right.
and the truth in the Torah. You then who teach another, do you not teach yourself?
Go ask Yamil that since you want to ask him, because he tried to put it on me, but you want to ask him. You do that. You then who teach another, do you teach yourself? Come on.
You then who teach another that Sabbath day is Saturday.
I switched it up. He switched
Do
it
you
up.
not teach yourself? We're gonna throw some shots at you today, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you watch this, you're gonna get a couple shots thrown at.
Hey, he gonna be
Oh.
mad at the child. Hey, everybody else quiet. They like, I ain't getting this.
Yeah, they quiet.
Everybody else quiet, like I ain't getting
You
this.
then, right? You then who teach another, do you not teach yourself? You out there making memories
Hey,
on
leave
the
him alone.
most high
Leave him alone.
Sabbath. On the most high Sabbath day, you making memories, huh?
Come on now.
And you call yourself a teacher, huh? You who proclaim that a man should not steal, do you steal? You who say, do not commit adultery, but sex is marriage. Do you commit adultery?
Hey,
Are
jump down.
you right? You gotta a bill of. You got it written down in paper. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, Knock. This is how you wanted it. If you didn't want it like this, you shouldn't have had it on you.
Originally, I wanted because this adultery is just in its own. What is man's evils? You know what I'm saying? This was coming out regardless. Y'all married the one said marriage. So I really wanted. I really want to hear his template. I really wanted him to put it down how sex is marriage. And that's why I said I ain't pulling up no scriptures for that. You know, every scripture you pull out, we're gonna deal with it, you know, but it never came out. So again, adultery was coming out regardless. Now we just nitpicking when brothers say sex is marriage. Now we just nitpicking, like, oh, what about this scripture? What about this scripture? That's all that is.
You who abominate idols.
Now we jump rob, but you can read through. Go ahead, read through.
Okay, do you rob temples? You who make your boast in the Torah, through the transgression of the Torah, do you disrespect Elohim?
That's nasty right there. Right?
Yeah.
Through the transgression of the Torah, do you disrespect the Most High Yah? Straight up.
Man.
Yes.
For the name of Elohim is blasphemed among the nations because of you.
Because of Israel.
Because of you. As it has been written, for circumcision indeed profits if you practice the Torah.
Right.
But if you are a transgressor of the Torah, your circumcision has become uncircumcision.
Right.
So if an uncircumcised one watches over the righteousness of the Torah, shall not his uncircumcision be reckoned as circumcision?
That's a question. What y'all think? What y'all think? I guess you can start. What you think? Is his
what you want me to start it off? Yeah, I mean, if he uncircumcised, but he doing the Torah, he uncircumcised in his heart. Yeah, right. He in the righteous, right? Because the circumcision don't got no the circumcision is of the heart. You know what I'm saying? This was a ritual that the Most High was like as a metaphor when he gave it out. You know what I'm saying?
Marv, where you at?
Them Hebrews ain't listening.
All right. We'll keep moving.
All right. And the uncircumcised by nature, who perfects the Torah, shall judge you, who notwithstanding letter and circumcision are a transgressor of the Torah.
Paul hurting boys' feelings. He say the uncircumcised by nature, right? They perfected the Torah. They perfected the Torah. They gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't even walked by the letter of law that was given to you, right?
Right. And the uncircumcised by nature, the Gentiles by nature, who perfects the Torah, shall judge you, you who, notwithstanding letter and circumcision, are a transgressor of the Torah.
Right.
For he is not a Yehudi who is so outward.
Outwardly, right? You look at him like, that's Israel.
That's an Israelite. He got on them garments, he got on fringes, got a necklace, kufi hat on.
Got a necklace.
You know, with the big old, you know, he got the necklace with, you know, when you first come in this thing, you throwing on everything. Israel, I got fringes on, got to put my bead necklace on, got to throw this on my head. You Hebrew down to a T. For he is not a Yehudi who is so outward.
Right.
Neither is circumcision that which is outward in the flesh.
If you look like, you look at a brother, he might not have his fringes and his necklace on, like Ox said, but you just look at him, that's Israel right there. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime you look at a brother, you can tell a brother from a Hamite. Let's just be all the way 100, right? You can look at a brother like, that's Israel for sure.
But a Yehudi is he who is so inwardly,
right? The heart,
the heart, where the Most High tries it at, right?
right?
And circumcision is that of the heart.
Not of your fleshly part,
Nah, ain't nobody checking for that anyway.
right? That's
In
clean.
spirit, in spirit, not literally, whose praise is not from men, but from Elohim.
All praises. When the Most High
Did I
say,
read too much of that?
nah, that's all
Sitting here
that.
thinking
You
about
read
it.
it right. Nah, in spirit, not literally, right? Whose praise is not from men, but from Elohim.
Yeah, because you had me reading just 17 to 22.
No, you're not writing stuff down now because I'm looking at it right now. You're not writing stuff down accordingly. It's all the way to 29,
No,
17 to 22.
no, it's like
And then we supposed to jump
17
down
to 22.
25 through 29. You're just not reading it accordingly. It's okay. Susanna,
Oh, 1 to 23, right? 1 to 23.
it was Romans 2, 17 through 22, and then jump down 25 to 29. It's okay,
No,
because of Israel,
that's because you was just, you know,
we got
I ain't gonna get into it because brother always think he right, knowing he be telling me the wrong script sometimes. Oh, I told you to stop it there. My bad,
I'm
how many
looking,
times you gotta say that? Oh,
I'm
my
looking,
bad,
I'm looking
Hey.
at it. That's all. I'm just looking at it. You know.
Hey.
All right, let's finish them off. All praises.
All right, 1 to 23. Y'all still up over there? Y'all want me to read this?
I'll help you out. Nobody want to
I
read.
got it out. I got it. There dwelt a man in Babel called Yahuakim.
Mm-hmm.
And he took a woman whose name was Shushana,
Mm-hmm.
the daughter of
For Yahoo.
Kayahu,
Yahoo.
Kayahu,
Mm-hmm.
a very fair woman, and one that feared Yahuwah.
And that means she was fine and she feared the Most High, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A very fair woman, so she probably was all right. She was nice looking. She was
She was
fair.
fine. She was fine. Fair means fine. Period. Straight up.
So it
For sure.
All right. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the Torah of Moshe.
Oh, that mean her daddy and mama married her first, right? Remember we dealt with that. Okay.
Now Jehoiakim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining unto his house. So he had a fine garden too.
Yeah.
And to him restored the Yehudim, restored it, the Yehudim, because he was more honorable than all others. The same year were appointed two of the ancient of the people to be judges, such as Yahuwah spoke of, that wickedness came from Babel, ancient judges who seemed to govern the people.
You see that?
Seemed to do it.
All praises. You see it. All praises. Who seemed to govern the people. They wasn't governing the people accordingly. It seemed that they were doing accordingly, but they wasn't. Right? And we ain't gonna read the whole story, but one of these brothers was a straight Canaanite. Straight up.
This one they kept looking at her. These kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them.
So people been dropping lawsuits back in the day, right? Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her man's garden to walk.
Right.
And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven, nor remember the judgment.
Come on, man. They say they ain't even look to the heavens. They ain't looking to her. You feel me?
And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet dared not one show another his grief.
See that big man? He talking about she look all right. She gotta be fine. How they acting?
Oh,
Yeah. For they were ashamed to declare their lust, that they desired to have my bad, that they desired to have to do with her.
So they
Yet
said.
they watched.
So think about it. Every time you with one of your partners, right, and y'all see somebody fine, you're gonna be like, man, she fine, she nice, she nasty, right? They ain't even saying that to each other. They acting all righteous among each other, like they don't even see her, right?
Oh, she has some nice shoes on today. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
they
they're
ignoring
pretty
her
cute.
beauty to each other, but naturally in their heart, they looking at her like, dang,
Yeah, those are some nice pockets on her pants, I must say.
on her pants out. Come on, this is real. On her dress.
Okay, yeah, she has pockets on the back of her dress. Yet they watched diligently from day to day to see her.
Right.
And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. It's
Look how
time to
he
go
tried to
home and
play.
eat dinner, man.
Look how he tried to play though. Hey, it's time to go
Yeah,
home and eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? He
it's
want to look
time to
for
go home
himself.
and eat dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hey, go home, man. So when they were gone out, they parted, the one from the other.
Mm-hmm.
And turning back again, they came to the same place.
Right.
And after that, they had asked one another the cause. Man, what are you doing here? They acknowledged their lust then. Like, dude, I thought you was going home to eat.
Right.
Man, okay, you caught me. What
Yeah.
you doing back?
You
What
know
you
she
doing
fine.
back
You
here,
know
though?
she fine. You know she fine.
Yeah. They acknowledged their lust, then appointed they a time both together when they might find her alone.
Now they conniving, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it fell out as they watched a fit time. She went in as before with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot,
Mm.
and there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her.
Mm.
Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me.
Mm-hmm.
And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at private doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Now, when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the gates of the door are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with you.
Mm.
Therefore, consent unto us and lie with us.
See that? It
If
say
you,
that we are in love with you. We are in lust with you. That's what that
Mhm.
is. That's what that should say again.
If you will not, we will bear witness against you that a young man was with you, and therefore you did send away your maids from you.
Oh, them boys are nasty. They say, hey,
Mhm.
if you don't give us none of that action, we're gonna say a young man was with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me.
Hey, you
And if
see that?
I do not,
Wait. You
Mhm.
see that? It say, if I do this thing, it is death unto me. Are we
Right,
talking about a physical death right here? No,
spiritual death.
spiritual death. Doc. All praises.
And if I do not, and if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands.
Hmm.
It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of Yahuwah.
Praise Yah. That's a righteous woman right there. Praise Yah.
That's all you got is reading half of the story out?
I mean,
23?
I could have gave you the
Boy,
whole.
I tell you, man. I
Come
tell you.
on, look at her.
The story is a good story, man. Okay,
Wait,
that's all right.
listen, the rest of the story gonna come. Just be patient. That's all you gotta do. Patience is a virtue. I used to tell you. The rest of the story coming. Be patient.
Another day? Not today, though, right?
Not
So if anybody listen to this, the story is pretty good. The dudes got what they had coming. So,
Yeah.
you might have to read it on your own.
Oh, praise.
You
That's what we encourage. You know.
Okay.
She said it's better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of Yahuwah. Because you remember the man that break wedlock. He was like, "Hey, nobody sees me," and he forget that the eyes of the Most High is brighter than 10,000. 10,000 brighter than the sun, right?
Right.
Righteous woman, though.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. None of the daughters of Israel is to be a cult prostitute, nor any of the sons of Israel be a cult prostitute.
Come on, man. And that's just what it is when we dealing with us as a people, right? I know that co-prostitute in King James, I believe it say a sodomite for a man, right? But that's true in itself also. Okay.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
But that's for real though. So regardless of what it say, it shouldn't be a sodomite of a man in Israel, right? He's a sodomite whore, or a whore. It shouldn't be no whore, right? In all our nation. But again, Big Man started us off perfectly. Look how far we have fallen. For sure.
Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 6.
Yes, sir. Finish him off.
Verse 9 through 20. Y'all want me to finish this, or anybody else want to read something before? I got it. Do you not know that the unrighteousness shall not inherit the reign of Elohim? Do not be deceived, neither those who whore, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor homosexuals.
Oh, you seen that? Adulterers, nor effeminate, nor homosexual. So if that was sodomite that we read in King James, it say you ain't inheriting the reign of Elohim. You effeminate and you a homosexual. Straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it seemed like that's what they pushing so much since Obama got in there. Feminate man and homosexuals. They've been pushing this for a minute. It's the devil's plan, but now it's like full blown.
I'm about to say it ain't even pushing no more. It's on us now. It's on us.
Yeah, it's on now.
Let you say something about one of them faggots and see what happens. Straight up.
Man, getting kicked off YouTube.
YouTube, straight up. I might have said the wrong word.
We've been saying we always. I mean, we had a lot of subscribers and our channel was big like that. We'd been off of YouTube. We got some videos saying a lot of crazy things on here.
They be like, he just called
that they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Sissies. All right, 10.
Sissy don't even. It don't hit as hard no more. Straight up.
It don't. Yeah, you call somebody a sissy, boy. They was mad at you back in the day.
Right. This shit don't hit as hard no more.
Yeah, watch your mouth out. Watch your mouth.
My bad.
All right. Nor thieves, nor greedy of gain, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor swindlers shall inherit the reign of Elohim. And such were some of you, but you were washed, but you were set apart, but you were declared right in the name of the Master Yahushua and by the Spirit of our Elohim.
You see how specific that got? It said you
Mm-hmm.
declared right in the name of the Master Yahushua, right?
Mm-hmm.
That name is so important, man. Like, for real. Yeah. But hey, once you start dealing with that name and by the Spirit of our Elohim, right? You know.
I mean, just think of the name. Yah's salvation, right?
Exactly.
The only way we make us clean.
We ain't asked for that.
Only way that we get in. Only way that we get in. All is permitted to me, but not all do profit, right? All is permitted to me, but I shall not be under authority of any.
All right, so he's letting you know all is permitted to me. It's free will. I can do what I want, right? I can do what I want. But these things, right? They don't profit me. They don't profit me. Nor do they have power, right?
Right. Foods for the stomach, and the stomach for food.
That's
right?
Desire. That's your desires.
Mm-hmm. But Elohim shall destroy both it and them.
Right.
And the body is not for whoring, but for the master.
But for
and
who?
The body for the master.
Who's the body for out?
The master. And the master for the body.
Right.
And Elohim, who raised up the master, shall also raise us up through his power.
Right on.
Do you not know that your bodies are members of Messiah?
That's a question, that's a clear question. Do you not know? He said, do you not have knowledge that your bodies are members of Mashiach?
Shall I then take the member of Messiah and make them members of a whore? Let it not be.
In the King James, I say, God forbid. Let it not be that I take my body and make it a body of a whore.
Or do you not know that he who is joined to a whore is one body? For he said, the two shall become one flesh. And he who is joined to the master is one spirit. Flee whoring. Flee whoring. Every sin that a man does is outside the body. But he who commits whoring sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is the dwelling place of the set apart spirit who is in you?
The kingdom within. The kingdom within.
Who is in you, which you have from Elohim, and you are not your own. For you are bought with a price.
Right.
For you were bought with a price.
Right.
Therefore, esteem Elohim in your body and in your spirit, which are of Elohim.
Praise Yahweh.
Praise the Most.
That's for sure.
Okay.
All praise.
All praise. We have Psalm 127, is it? What we read earlier?
I think we had 129.
Yeah, we read 128 beginning.
We read 128.
Okay.
Yeah, 129.
Okay.
Praise Yah, first and foremost.
Praise Yah. All praise.
Psalms 129. Often they have distressed me from my youth. Let Israel now say, often they have distressed me from my youth, but they have not overcome me. The plowers plowed on my back. They made their furrows long. Yahuwah is righteous. He has cut the cords of the wrong in two. Let all those who hate Zion be put to shame and turned back. Let them be as the grass on the housetops, which wither before it grows up. That shall not feel the reaper's hand, nor the sheaves fill the binder's bosom. And those who pass by shall not say, the blessing of Yahweh will be upon you. We have blessed you in the name of Yahweh. And again, first and foremost, praise Yah. Hallelujah.
All praises. All praises. Okay.
Nice. That was nice, you know. I was expecting.
Was y'all mail was here?
I was expecting more of y'all males, you know what I'm saying, engagement, but we'll take it. You know what I'm talking about? You know, you can't chase nobody when they running from a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's called a bully, big man. That's called a bully, big man. You know, I just like the scriptures gonna bully you. You know what I'm talking about? Let the scriptures do
right.
Feel me?
All right.
Hey, praise y'all though. I love when y'all be rocking though. You know how y'all get down.
Okay.
Are you stopped it up?
I'm finna to right now. Okay.
I'll praise stuff.